Woo! Bam, midweek time. How you doing? All right. Have we gotten over the last week's debacle that we should soon forget anyway? Because, as a matter of fact, it set world records for misery. I'm not even. That's all I'm going to say about that. Anyway, Shanahan seems to be enjoying his brand new weapon. Yeah. Coach Shanahan made reference toward his new running back addition, Christian McCaffrey, today by saying that game planning is now a lot more fun. Kyle, what are you trying to say? You trying to say it wasn't all that much of a good time before this week? Hey, you wonder if some of the rest of the guys on the team take exception to that statement? They shouldn't, because if Shanahan's saying that, you guys been dragging us. Anyway, obviously a Pro Bowl running back is going to look different than most running backs anyway, right? But does this mean CMC is going to bring a new dynamic to the table that Shanahan plans on using as early as this Sunday? Yes, of course it is. It's the friggin' Rams. If you want to experiment, that's the team to do it on. As McFace says, what the bleep? They got another new weapon? they got another new great player? I forgot what he said exactly. I just saw the expletive. I laughed. Yes, Sean. You got your one victory per 6-7 years. Forget about it. It's over. Tonight, after going over Coach Shanahan's new enthusiasm about game planning, we'll go to the phones for your take on what to expect from the Niners offense going forward. You know, it took a lot to get me out of that mood from last week's misery. But I'm already starting to feel better. You see, because games aren't won by one game unless it's like week 14 or so. Right now, the 49ers rebound, get to 4-4, go get a rest, come back, and run the damn table. Oh, God, yes. Debo and Eric didn't work out today, and they may not work out for Sunday either. You know, actually, Eric Armstead really hurts us. No matter what anybody thinks about Eric Armstead, the thing that went on back with him and Defoe and everything, he stops the damn run. Why? Because he's long. And when you're a wide nine, you need guys that are long and athletic. Javon Kinlaw, wish you were. Actually, he is kind of athletic. He just can't stay. He can't get healthy, which is a worrisome thing, right? Anyway, we need him. And so I don't know what we're going to do about the run. D'Amico, though, it's a brilliant guy he is. I think he may come up with a plan. We got to stop the run, fam. You know, you don't get to go sack the quarterback all the time unless you stop the run and force them to throw the ball. And that way it becomes clear to everybody on the field that they have to throw the ball. They're going to. Right now, the 49ers, they don't have the offense. The defenses that have the offense thinking that, especially Mahomes. That's how come he set records. I'm talking records. He 7 for 7 in passes over 15 yards. Meanwhile, the Niners today activated Jason Verrett from the physically unable to perform list. The roster move keeps alive the possibility that Verrett could make a contribution this season. Coach Shanahan said, quote, I'm not ruling out this week. We'll wait to see how he practices and go from there. I tried not to smile, but I said, is he ready? Please, is he ready? That's all I want to know. If he is, put him out there, Kyle. It appears unlikely Verrett will be available to play against the Rams Sunday. He went through a limited practice today, but all fingers keep him crossed. All right. Anyway, fam, today Kyle Shanahan shared that the entire game plan will be open to Christian McCaffrey on Sunday when the 49ers travel down to Levi's South at SoFi for the Week 8 contest versus the Lambs. Chops, tender, weak, soft pieces of fluff. Just to refresh your memory, though, fam, after arriving in Santa Clara last Friday, McCaffrey had slightly more than 48 hours to prepare for this, his first game as a member of the 49ers. You know that. CMC had approximately 20 plays under his belt and was on the field for 22 snaps, most of them coming in the first half of the game against the Chiefs. That's all I'm going to say about that. With the Panthers, though, McCaffrey was on the field for 80 to 85% of their offensive snaps. This guy is a workhorse. But CMC was more than a workhorse. That dude was the mule that carried that offense because he's that good. They had all kind of packs on him, man. You can see they're just sagging down the sides of his body. He's carrying the whole load. He ain't got to do that here. Oh, no. He's going to be fresh and ready to go, Christian. All you got to do is come in there and put in half of what you did. We'll do the rest, and that will translate into wins. somebody already said from ESPN, look for the 49ers to have lost possibly their last game. Can you say 13 and 4? Oh! CMC was, as I say, with the 49ers, though, there have been no concrete decisions regarding how much he will see the field yet. You don't want to tip your hat to the opposition, the Lambs. And Shanahan explained why, saying, quote, "It's something that you feel out once you get to know people. You get to know your team. You get to know your player. You get to know the backups. You just get familiar with people. I never go in with anybody I don't know and give them numbers or a stat or anything. I try to get to know the athlete and how they play throughout the game and how we use them and how you balance people out. And that's usually how we go about doing what we do," unquote. From an outsider's perspective, it would seem to appear that Shanahan has to be increasingly creative when it comes to scheming up the plan for the Rams, right? We think that all the time. Most of us do. We think Shanahan he always comes up with a master plan to beat the Rams. No, Coach said it's much simpler than that. Neither the Rams nor the 49ers have changed their schemes in several years, which makes the contest more about who makes the least amount of mistakes and whether or not they are taken advantage of. You know what? When you think about it and you look at the games in the past, that is usually that's how they always come out. Whoever gets clowned the most usually is the loser. Shanahan went on to say, quote, you try your hardest to get good players the ball in space. See, this is why when people keep saying, throw the ball downfield, that's not what he wants to do. Shanahan just wants to get the ball in the playmaker's hands as quickly as possible. It works for him. And so, this is why it worries me that, and I'm with you, actually. I want to see the ball go to different regions of the field more often. Jimmy's with us. Jimmy's not crazy about doing that shot across the middle. He's the one who gets all the blame whenever there's an interception, and that is a incubator for it. I mean, it just hatches those INTs all the time. Because if you're going to go timing routes, if your receivers, both the quarterback and the receiver, have to be on the same page at all times, and timing has to be precise. If it's not, INT, oh, Jimmy G sucks. You notice Kyle didn't even try that. And I'm not, listen, before you say, let me not even say it. You try hard to see players ball in space and say, and you see what they can do with it. And it's a pretty simple game with both sides. We know each other well, and it usually comes up to physicality in the game, who turns it over the least, and who makes one more play than the other. That's all there is to it every week. Every time we play these people, we always get to jump on them. But here's where you can get excited and anticipate something different, though, fam. While the schemes stay the same, the players on the field do not. This week, Shanahan has an added weapon in the arsenal. Mrs. McCaffrey. Enter Mrs. McCaffrey's baby boy. Boom, 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 boom. The Rams have already seen him this year. And it wasn't nothing nice. They may have won the game, but McCaffrey beat that ass the whole time. McCaffrey needed help out there. That's all he needed. The game plan doesn't rest in the hands of McCaffrey, though, but that is not to say there won't be plays that will feature his skill set. Now, if Debo's going to be missing, McCaffrey's going to get a whole lot of work this week, ain't he? Oh, God, please just don't even say it. Don't talk into his existence. Shanahan continues by saying, quote, when you add someone like Christian, it's always a lot more fun, Shanahan said this. Unquote, as long as Kyle is talking like that, can we assume he is going to go beyond just lining CMC up like he does Jeffrey Wilson and any other running back that he's had and do something more creative that McCaffrey's capable of? You know he's going to be lining up in the slide. He's going to be going he's probably on the edge a few times. He'll be coming out of the backfield. He'll be doing all kinds of things because that's what he can do. This boy's game is just endless. So I don't know if I'm expecting too much too soon, but Kyle has to know he can expand his sticking scheme with CMC anyway. You and I both know that. Come on, Kyle. Come on. Kyle, don't be afraid, Kyle. Do not be a chicken. Do whatever you want to. Let your mind be free with these guys this week. Because, because I know you're better than that, Kyle. You're always talking about, but this team is better than that. We know you're better than that. Be better than that. Fam, am I on the right page thinking like this is, are you thinking the same way, or what are you thinking tonight? Big Show. CMC makes offense look fun. Kyle doesn't. He has a chance though. Big Show. He has it. You got. If guys are coming in with cap pistols or six guns, and you're coming in with an AK, who should win that fight? Come on, Kyle. Mr. Block Eye says, good title, fam, but no, it's time to win. No excuses. Got these weapons, and it's time to execute. Execute is the bottom line for the 49ers anyway. Execution. We don't execute a large percent of the time these last few weeks. It's got to be done. Kyle needs to do his job, get rid of the arrogance. Guys, thanks for those contributions. I absolutely agree. And Mr. Block Ice also says, by the way, I want the rollout Jimmy G back. I know, Kyle. Stop with that under the center madness. You don't have an offensive line that can support that kind of play, Kyle. What? If I know it, Kyle, everybody knows it. Why don't you? Stop it. God. Oh. Anyway, let's go to the phone and say hello. Because I got K-Boy. K-Boy.
What's up, Ronbo? I have a question for you, man.
Go ahead.
I meant to bring this up like a few weeks ago. So, remember the game that the last time they played the Rams? It was on a Monday night, correct?
Yeah, it was. Yeah.
It was So
Sunday. It was Monday. You're right.
Yeah, because I missed it. Well, I didn't miss the game, but I missed like the first half of it. But the thing, I was listening to it on the radio, and I don't know if a lot of people get Westwood One with Kevin Harlan and Kurt Warner that was doing the broadcast. We're here at Dallas, they was. Mm-hmm. And so Kurt Warner brought something that shocked me a little bit. So he was talking about Kyle Shanahan's run offense. And he said, now I don't know if he was talking about the run or his whole playbook, but he said Cal only runs like 6 or 7 or maybe 8 plays the whole game. It's just in different formations, but it's basically the same 7, 8, 9 plays. Mm-hmm. And I was like, dang, that's very shocking. I don't play Mad no more, or nothing like that to identify like a lot of formations and different plays and same plays and stuff like that like I used to, because I don't play football like that or play football in real life like that. Mm-hmm. So I don't really pay attention to it. So I want to ask you and other people, other faithful out there, have y'all noticed that over the last year or two? Him running the same, handful of.
Okay, well, let me jump on that real quick so you can get to your next point. Here's the thing: Kyle's offense, the run plays, there's concepts off of each one. Now they may run 7. Basically, it's 7 plays, but there's different concepts coming off of each play. Bill Walsh, same proponent of that same strategy. You may do the same thing, but it comes off a different way, and that's all that's important, really, in any play, is that the offense doesn't know what you're bringing. If you got 7 plays, actually that's a lot to have diversity behind, because if you're doing really weird things all the time, I can't read it. And if I can't read it, I can't stop it. So that's not really a bad thing. It's just the thing is, if anybody's watching, like a DC is watching carefully, at some point he'll start to recognize, because you're going to run out of concepts at some point, right? So, if I'm the DC, I'm going to still sit there and say, all right, 21, guys, 21. He's coming off the same way. So, yeah, that's true.
Yeah. Okay, well, I was just wondering, because I heard people talking about for the last few weeks, ever since we on this 2-game losing streak, how Cal's offense is stale, and he needs to open it up more, this and that and the other. And this made me think about that, and I meant to bring that up.
He explained
a couple of weeks ago, but I just haven't thought about it. Yeah,
okay, well, he explained that once a while back. He says there's only so many things you can do. Yeah, he said there's only so many things you can do in football. It's run, pass, whatever. And he explained that. But what you've got to be able to do is come up with creative ways to disguise everything you're doing as much as you can, and then you become a little more potent.
Yeah, because I was looking at the game that he played against the Saints, and that's one of my favorite games with Jimmy Garoppolo just throwing the ball. And I re-looked at that game over the weekend, and I was like, he had like different. It was just something different, like to me, because he had one play like he faked the jet sweep, handed it off to Uchek, and Uchek did a shuffle pass to
that's play calling, fam. Different. That's where everybody should play about play calling, Kyle. How you put that stuff together,
Yeah, and I haven't seen no play like that, like no creativity like that this year hardly. You know what I'm saying? So it was just it's something different. Like he did a lot more play action back then, like 2 or 3 years ago, in my opinion.
And
So
I
I
have
was
no
just
idea
wondering
why he abandoned that. Nobody
Yeah.
understands why Kyle does that.
Yeah,
Jimmy's
so
best
you
percentages
so,
come
so
up.
you think
Jimmy's
so
already
too.
at 60-something percent when he puts him under center. But if over that,
Right.
do you know Jimmy's QBR goes skyrockets off of play action? Now he can see the field better.
Yeah.
You got receivers can move around. It's a little more easier to work with. No, keep him under center right there. We got that great offensive line. Kyle, he's gonna have plenty of time to look around, ain't he? What are you doing? Oh.
Yeah. I think it'll get together though, because I mean our offensive line starts off slow anyway, but then after the bye we usually come on a little strong, so that's why I'm hoping for it this year.
Yeah,
You
and
know,
that's true.
so I
It
still
takes a
got
while.
faith in them and everything. So like and our secondary comes back. It just everything gets stronger as the season goes on. You know, to me, every position, every position group, you know, what I'm saying, it just gets stronger to me. You know.
You know,
So,
especially
we just get off to a very
the offensive
slow
line.
start.
You're so right about that. Those
Right.
guys are new to each
Mhm.
other.
Right.
You know,
You gotta have a chemistry on the offensive line, you know, for them to they gotta react as one unit for a play to work and everything like that. So
maybe they
yeah.
will.
So,
Okay. Yeah.
yeah. So,
Okay, boy. Good stuff. And before we run the clock, I'm gonna tell you what. I'm gonna see you Friday and bring you anticipation of what's gonna happen Sunday.
oh yeah, we got to get the predictions in.
Got to. And don't give a cowboy fan a moment's rest when you walk by him on the street. Say something nasty to him.
Oh, I got a gang of them at work, so you know I'm at them every day. Yeah, they bloating right now, but I'm pretty sure we'll see them in the playoffs, and then we'll blow them, and then I'll be right up in their face again.
All right, man. I'll see you Friday.
All right, later.
Later. Yo, T-Flow. Hola, Ali. Come on in, y'all.
Hola, Ronbo.
What up, Ronbo?
You know, we're sitting back here, and Kyle Shanahan's getting Shanahan's getting excited about his. You see, T-Flow, maybe Kyle was getting bored with his guys. Shame on him if he was. But what if McCaffrey's got his mind and those juices flowing again? Maybe we're going to get some more exciting football this week. What do you think?
Of course, we're playing the sorry-ass Rams. Look what he did. Look what he did on the Panthers, which is just him. They're not going to have Brandon Ayuk. He didn't have Brandon Ayuk. He didn't have the best
George
left
Kittle.
tackle in the game. He didn't have George Kittle. Like, dude, the
Yeah,
Rams
Brandon
are
Ayuk.
sorry.
We're not gonna have
All you
juice
Rams
either,
fans
but-
in this chat room, you guys are going to get invaded by going to Levi South, because they say whose house, because they know it's not yours, because we're coming to collect them taxes that basically you're like renting out, because we all know you're going to see a sea of red in the stands, in the parking lot. I'll be there. I'll be at the game. I'll be tailgate. I'll be doing all that, because the Rams ain't got no fans. And it's just funny how, you know, they keep on they keep on being happy with their one Super Bowl win, saying we haven't won one since '94. Wonder what's even funny, like even more funnier? We haven't won since '94, and we still have 4 times the amount of Super Bowls you guys. Like, you guys suck. You guys only have one, dude. Like, know your role. Know your role. Know what you guys are talking about, because you guys sound like you guys are on drugs or something and not speaking, you know, like facts and all this.
Wait,
You guys say
Steve,
whose house.
don't finish right there, though. Know your role and shut your mouth.
And that's it. You know, like, dude, like, just shut up, because with all this stuff that's going on with us, you guys are not even worth mentioning of us getting scared to lose this game, because you guys are nobody. You guys are. This is not even a rivalry, because a rivalry, they gotta have wins, like, you know, like competition. There is no competition. We own the most winning streak against the Sorry Lambs. We have the better record than the than the Rams. They can't even put in fans in their own home field. Like, we just own the Rams. Basically.
Don't forget to mention
there's
Hall of
nobody,
Fame.
so I'm not worried about that.
Hall of Fame players.
Yeah, they have nobody. Like,
They got a few,
man.
but they don't compete with us.
Yeah, a bunch of Lamb fans and all this. I just can't wait for, you know what, going on Sunday game and just dominating. And all you see is a sea of red, Rumble, in the parking lot, the people driving up to the games. That's all you see is nothing but red over there.
You know what I wish they would do? I wish they'd do that too. Whose house is this? An entire 49er contingent. Not y'all's.
Oh yeah,
That
and
would
not
just
only with
make
that,
my
they,
week.
they, put this wrong, but it is so big. We have like 3 Niner invasions. There's like one at the Hard Rock, there's one at Tom's, and there's another one. I forgot what other bar. Like they're like that's how big the invasions are on just on Saturday. Like over thousands of people just on those locations by itself. Like
That's
thank
just,
you, Rams, for
the Actors Guild, they just don't send
hosting the
that many people for
49ers
the
home
parties.
game for us. You know,
Mhm.
because that's what it is basically. It's they're just hosting our Rams fans, or hosting the Rams fans, or just hosting the 49ers that day. That's all it is. Sorry, Rams fans.
Yeah, well, let them talk. You have to. We have to understand and be sympathetic toward the fact that it took them a long time to get us, long time to get us. And when they finally did,
Yeah, they did.
of course,
Oh, they did. But you know what? We just beat ourselves. But who? Oh wow, they beat us. But that's just one time. You know what? Just because you win one time out of 99 times doesn't mean you're better than us. It means you got lucky. That's all it is. Like, just basically know your role, get off them drugs, because drugs kill people. All right, Rams fans, they kill.
Yeah.
Right, it messes your brains up.
Yeah. It's gonna be fun,
man.
But Tiflo, you got McCaffrey out there now. Kyle's all pumped up. What do you think? Some of the things just off the top of your head, because we got a minute and a half to go here. What are the things off the top of your head that you could exploit the Rams by using McCaffrey now? Because my thinking goes off crazy. But what are you thinking?
He's gonna go off. Look at Debo goes off on the Rams. McCaffrey went off on the Rams 2 weeks ago. That's with any help. So with help, he's gonna go off even more. It's like who are you gonna cover? What are you like? Are you gonna cover McCaffrey? Are you gonna cover Kittle? Are you gonna cover IU? Like they're probably lucky. They're probably like praying, putting up their hands that Debo's probably not gonna play, because if he plays. Because we all know, that's the Rams' baby right there. Mm-hmm. And not only that, what's going to be even more funny is we're going to have a one-handed Jimmy Ward that's still going to probably pick off Matt Stafford. Like,
I don't see Ward playing again. But you know what? The fact of the matter is Matthew Stafford's going to give you so many opportunities that there's going to be a pick. But just it's going to be for 6. I'm looking. Talanoa Hufanga's waiting anyway, So it's going to be.
And not only that, Jimmy Ward's going to be waiting for him, even with this one hand. I have a feeling he's still going to make a pick with this one hand.
If he does, I may have to be sedated, because I ain't never going to stop laughing. I'll be laughing for 2.5 hours. I see people in the hospital now, torn cartilage in my ribs area, because that would be just outrageous. If he throws a pick to a one-handed Jimmy Ward and Ward scampers into the end zone, that's it for me. Show's over. I'm gone.
And just a pick, period. It's just hilarious. Like, man, he had one hand, and he still owns guys, even with one hand.
Tiflo, we gotta go. Hey, I'll see you in Alley Friday, okay? I'll bring you score.
Oh yes, sir. We'll be there. A D by South, because we all know Rams ain't got no fans, because that's why they're like on this chat, because they have no platform. All right, Ronbo, let's get a little Niner shout out.
Niner! Night, fam.
Good night.
All right, Ronbo, have a good night.
You too. And bring him in. As you can see, his entourage standing behind him. The spotlight pans over to the aisle. Coming from down from the Dumbotron, it is Papa Dragon! Pop!
What's up, Ronbo? What's going on?
Bob, man, I'm feeling good now, because, when you have an elite weapon all of a sudden, like when we got Emmanuel Sanders in 2019, all of a sudden that offense started to explode and get real crazy fun. So I'm thinking, you know what? That comes to being dynamic. McCaffrey's actually a letter above Emmanuel Sanders. I'm expecting good things. Now, I know I may get my own feelings hurt here, but I really do anticipate good things. What are you thinking? Because Kyle's all juiced up. And I never see him get juiced up. We never see him get juiced up.
Well, I mean, he hasn't really had a complete running back since he's been there. So, and he's an all-pro talent. He was fully healthy for his first 2 years in the league, and he basically, carried the Carolina Panthers on his back, and now he's got a cast around him. So, ultimately, as long as they, keep the Rams guessing. As long as they keep playing Where's Waldo, line him up everywhere. I mean, because I think that he's their best slot receiver. He's their best running back. He's probably their second best wide receiver.
Yep. But whoa. Let me think about that for a second. He will be for sure this Sunday because Debo ain't playing.
Oh no, he's better. He's a better receiver than Debo is.
No, I'm just saying, if there was any question as far as wide receiver by card, I mean your business card, yeah. Who's number? Shoot, I don't know, fam. He may be number. No, Ayuk's still a better receiver.
No,
I'm gonna give it to Ayuk.
He's their second best receiver. Remember, Debo is really an anomaly. You know what I mean?
He's not really.
He has room to grow. He's got upside as a receiver.
Yeah, he's not really just a receiver. Who's your number one guy?
He's not the complete receiver. You put the ball in his hands a lot of different ways that makes him the number one guy. You know
you get him cut. You get the ball to him cutting, doing that slant, getting the ball, and there's nobody within 3 feet. Goodbye. Yeah.
Yeah. The thing is will Shanahan put the ball in his playmaker's hands in the second half or in the fourth quarter, which he for some reason forgets about when he's calling his 8 plays. I've never heard of that crap in my life, dude. I'm sorry. I've been to an NFL practice, but there's a lot more plays than 8 plays.
Otherwise, anybody can come in and learn it within a day or two, especially McCaffrey. So, yeah. And also, people don't understand what concepts mean coming off of a play either. Because a lot of people think it's all just ABC. It's not. If you never play ball, the playbook will make you crazy. And even in high school, when they give you that book. All right, guys. Let's get this down, digest it, and be ready to run some of these plays in 2 weeks. You guys got that, Coach? Man, you could dumb this down a little bit with children. So.
Hey, I can tell you for a fact we had at least 16 plays in Pop Warner.
So right?
There you go. So no, he has more plays than that, but it just Kyle's got to trust his team more. Number one, and don't get me wrong, I'm not saying that Kyle is the sole problem. They have so many problems on this football team but
Aaron Banks ain't one of them. I just mentioned that. I want to give a shout out to Aaron. Yeah.
So it's a pick'em game, but yeah, I'm pretty excited about Christian McCaffrey. It'd been nice to have him at the beginning of the year, but we got him now. So, I think the bottom line moving forward is that he's going to make the running back room better. And I think he's going to make the receivers better because, again, if you have to account for McCaffrey, then that should free Debo and Ayuk and Kittle up to more one-on-one opportunities. We just got to get our quarterback to stop being one read and put the ball on the receiver. Mm-hmm. And that's even a lot to ask because what you're asking is for a player who had no offseason to play at an NFL level. That's what we're asking Garoppolo to do.
I worry about that. But he's not with a new team, though, so I can only give him so much sympathy on that. He knows these guys. It's not like he's coming out there with a new team. So Jimmy, he should be on time. You don't give him
no sympathy. Oh, no. You put those cleats on and that jersey and that San Francisco 49 helmet. Mm-hmm. Listen, this is the San Francisco 49.
Damn right.
We started the whole coach quarterback marriage. We started that with Joe Montana and Bill Walsh. Mm-hmm. So fans overall have to start holding whoever goes out there to a higher regard. Mm-hmm. Fair or not fair, they need to be held to a high regard. But you know what? What was Joe Montana without Bill Walsh? What was Bill Walsh without Joe Montana? Mm-hmm. So you can see right now where we have such a big disconnect. Like, for example, Andy Reid, Patrick Mahomes, that's a marriage made in heaven, right? That's football heaven right there. We don't have that. And we've been messing around with Garoppolo for like the last 4 or 5 years.
But then again,
so the reality is
with the win-loss record, you kind of do. It's sloppy. It's not attractive. But Shanahan's going to win a lot more with that guy than without him. So we're going to see if that continues to be the case this year because last year they had a winning record. This year they were on pace for a minute to have a winning record. They have a winning record this year. Do you know that actually it'd be hard to say anything bad against that duo? We'll see. at the end of the season, though.
No, I'm not trying to say anything bad against them. What I am trying
No,
to say
but the quarterback relationship with the quarterback or with the coach.
Yeah, as a 49er fan base, right? As a 49er fan base, when it comes to the quarterback and the coach relationship, whether it's Holmgren and Favre, whoever it is moving forward, that has to improve if you want your offense to improve. That's what I'm saying.
And I agree with that.
If that can improve, right? And if we can
then
get back to running the football, which we should be able to. Yeah. We get to 40. If we get to 40 carries, 30 plus carries a game, and we spread it out between 3 running backs, and you just don't know when McCaffrey's going to get the ball because you don't know where he's going to line up. If you do that with McCaffrey, then that should get you some more points. And that should give your defense a chance to kind of rest up.
Agreed so much. Probably, let me see you Friday. Bring that score and explain it.
Oh, yeah.
All right.
I will
Right,
explain it.
I'll see you Friday.
All right, man. Later.
All right, Bob. There goes your favorite guy and mine. And here comes our other favorite guy. Fly guy.
Ronbo, what's good?
Fly guy, if Shanahan's in a good mood and feeling good about, I get the feeling that Shanahan, sometimes he goes back to his 6-year-old self, right? And comes out there a little sluggish. All right, guys, let's go through the motions here. We got a game coming up this weekend. Here's what I've got in mind. Today they said the man is talking about how fun it is to game plan now. Kyle, I wish you wouldn't have said that for the simple reason it makes me think you weren't having fun before. So now he's having fun. What does a Shanahan that's having a good time look like? We're going to find out. Fly guy, has he got a reason to be? And what do you think he's going to do? And why is he having so much fun?
I ain't going to do nothing.
Just like
I'm
that?
telling you, I'm telling the truth, Ronbo. Come on, man.
He only got 22
can't lie.
plays last week. He didn't know nothing about what he was doing. He might know something more about what he's doing this weekend.
Nah, it's going to be the same. We're going to be down 7 points, and it's going to be over. Kyle going to take the whole quarter like he always do, just to try to get a 3-point. The whole quarter, and you down 14 points. Come on, that don't make sense. The offense is like dead. It's like nobody on the – it's dead. It's like they killing their own selves. It's like, what kind of offense is that? When you down 14, Ronbo, you down 14 in the fourth quarter, what do? You go into a no harder.
Let's not worry about the fourth quarter until the half. And after half, they're down 3 to 4 points in the third quarter. Then they got a problem.
The reason I'm saying that, to be a good team, you gotta know how to come back. You gotta know how to come back too, like control the clock and come back, because sometimes you're gonna be down. Let's say we down 7 with 6 minutes left. So what we gonna do? Just kill the whole 6 minutes? We gotta try to put point on the board. You feel me? Or if we down 10. 6 minutes left. What are we going to do?
All I know is McCaffrey's going to add a new wrinkle to this offense. Now, if it looks exactly the same, I'm going to be really disappointed because now you have a running back that, like we're talking about, can do a lot more than just stand behind the quarterback and take a handoff. So that should make a difference, especially when it's a Pro Bowler.
What our problem is because we're not really good coming back. Because if you really think about it, if you up 10 right now on KC in the fourth quarter with 6 minutes left, you ain't win yet. You think you won already?
We proved that.
But us
6 minutes to go. But and the little meter on the side said 49ers have a 100% chance of winning the Super Bowl. 2 minutes later, that little needle went way back down. Oh, man.
Yeah, that's why I say we got to be an aggressive team, too. We got to know how to score fast, how to respond. We don't know how to respond. We can't go back to running the ball. We got to know how to respond quick. Just like I'm saying, if KC down 10 points in the fourth quarter with 6 minutes left, they ain't lose yet because they can give you 21 points right quick. We can't do that.
The Rams aren't that potent. They're not KC potent. So, we came back. They're the one reason that, Kyle's 1-30 when games behind. Remember that game last year? That was the one time. When they came back on the Rams in the fourth quarter, that was the one time to keep alive for the NFC playoffs, right? So, now that Kyle's got something he seems to enjoy, I'm a little optimistic about how that offense is going to work this time. McCaffrey's a real competitive guy. You could see that look in his eye. He just looks kind of crazy.
I say we need a change, man.
Well, you have to. McCaffrey's different than anybody else we got on the team, so that automatically lends the change right there.
I'm not talking about that change. I'm talking about the whole system.
Oh, yeah, well, now.
Just throw it in the garbage. Just put the whole book in the garbage.
Okay,
I'm for real.
Remember,
we can do with that.
Yeah,
we can't win no Super Bowl with that.
But we also can't take these losses as the complete definition of how well the 49ers have done or how bad. Granted, it's really unacceptable right now, but I don't know that we should just decide that the system doesn't work because of these losses.
We'll see. We'll buy some more time. Because what I'm seeing, it's not looking good. It's like it's dead. Like no offense.
And the bad thing about it is
fun,
the reason why the Chiefs set new records. Not only this is what it looks like. This is what it would have looked back in 2016, 15. We look like that. No defense, no offense, no special team. Well, special teams did a little better. But this is what the 49ers would look like with no offense or defense. Because normally we have the defense. The defense got smoked right along with the offense. And we got double. I mean, that was the worst ass whooping we've had in a long time. I'm talking way back before Tom Sewell and Harbaugh. Whoa! My God! We set a new record.
How about the Dolphin one? You forgot about that one?
That was bad, but not like this.
What's that quarterback name? Whatever his name is.
Fitzmagic.
Patrick. Yeah.
Beat our ass up.
That man was looking like Joe Montana out there.
And that wide receiver that kept beating us deep, and they just started milking it. Remember, they just threw it out there every play. Didn't even wait to hesitate. Throw it down there. He got it. He got it again. Oh, he's got it again.
One thing to remember: Seahawks playing better, and Cardinals playing better. So we keep playing. We're gonna be in trouble. I'm telling you.
It'll get better. But anyway, fam. Between now and this weekend, look for a difference in that offense. McCaffrey's not like anybody we got. So I don't see just looking exactly the same. So if that's what you're talking about, nah, they can't look the same. McCaffrey's better than what we've had, except for Debo. When Debo's fresh and working and feeling good, Debo's as good as anybody, even McCaffrey, to a degree.
Yeah.
But we'll see.
Debo got paid and went and gained some weight.
First thing he did is go get something to eat. I got plenty of money. Stop it. I'll see you Friday, fam.
That's not the same Debo. You think that's the same Debo? Come on, man.
I want to.
That's not the same Debo.
He's probably barbecuing out in his backyard right now, even as we speak. Debo! Split the ribs down.
Yeah.
God. I'll see you Friday, fam. Boy, you got problems.
I'm telling you.
Right.
Yeah, Debo got big. Like, wow.
Like, we got to go, though. I'll see you. I'll be looking for you Friday. Bring your score.
Yeah. All
right, fam. And the Big Show says Rams are coming off a bye week, plenty of rest. Big Show, often that causes rust. And maybe they may be rested feeling good, but they may not have the same accuracy and execution rate. We'll see. Our defense has got to be ready to go, though, because they were tired Friday, last week, I mean. Hey, Jalen.
What's up, Ronbo?
Jalen, man, I'm trying to get over, because I hate to be, I don't like to be feeling bad for long. I done got over that stupidity we just went through, so I'm ready to go now, man.
Hell yeah, man. 2 losses in a row gonna always hurt.
Yeah,
especially when you lose to a sorry team and then you lose to one of the best teams. You feel like you can't compete with the best ones.
And the worst ones either. Yeah. So
yeah. I mean, that Atlanta game kind of felt like a trap game to me. So, but that Chiefs game, that one was like, man, damn, we can't say that we under-prepared for them. They were just better.
Mm-hmm. And I wasn't even talking about the Falcons. I was talking about that team over in Denver. Ain't no way in the hell they're supposed to lose that game.
Fuck.
That's a crying.
What about the Bears, Rombo? What about the Bears?
That was game 1. I didn't really know what to expect. I was hoping. Phew, my God, they damn near beat us last year
And
too.
those of and I remember I said something about I wouldn't mind having Justin Fields about as our quarterback. For those of us saying that he sucks, shit, the last two times we played him, he straight up outdid our quarterback and outdid our
And
defense. So
almost beat
ain't
us.
sucked that bad.
Yeah, almost beat us.
The first
That year
time.
that Jimmy. Yeah,
That's what
yeah.
I'm saying. And Rumble, man,
So.
man, Justin was having a highlight reel on our defense.
Uh,
Who played better this year, him or Trey?
well, clearly
We gonna
Justin did.
yeah,
Yeah.
we gonna sit up here and say that the Bears defense was just that much better than ours? Nah, man, I think
See,
Trey's
see,
just
see,
I
see,
mean
see,
Justin
see,
probably
that's
just
the
a better
nastiest part
quarterback
of it
right
right
now.
there, Jalen. Is the Bears defense better than 49ers?
No,
Ooh.
it's not. They just lost one of their best players.
Damn. Anyway, Jalen, you know
Offense
you got a
needs to
different look now coming at the Rams this week. The Rams know who he is, but they don't know what he looks like in Kyle's offense. Kyle's running around all giddy about he's all of a sudden he's enjoying designing the plays for the week. I mean, you know what's up?
uh I think Kyle's just saying that so he can get everybody off his back. You know how he do. Just to, you know
You
what I'm
may be
saying?
right.
We just lost 2 games straight. Oh, guys, remember we got McCaffrey. Remember we got McCaffrey, guys. Nah,
He said
Kyle,
just what he
we
needs to
ain't
say.
got this
Kyle's a
you.
sharp dude, ain't he? When it comes to BS, he knows exactly what to say and do, and he knows when to lie and get caught in a lie later, and he'll deny it like he never said it.
And if you, hey, guys, even if we don't do good this year, we got McCaffrey, and guess what? We got Trey coming back next year. I need
Mm-hmm.
at least another year. You already
Mm-hmm.
know that's what he's thinking.
Yeah,
This ain't
and,
even
and,
my
and he's only
he's
got
starting
how many years are left in that
offense.
contract?
I think maybe 2, 3.
Yeah, so
Yeah, Kyle needs to. He needs to. If he don't have this offense by at least the end of the year, we need to be at least a top 10 ranked offense.
no,
Because
Kyle has 2 weeks to get. You know what? That's
yeah,
it,
he
Kyle.
needs to turn this
Because you got,
around quick, Ronbo.
it's like
I ain't gonna
Ayuk
lie.
says, we got too many people out there be scoring 20 points a week and less.
20. Oh my God, Ronbo, when was the last time we scored 30 points?
Well, 2 weeks ago against Carolina, but you know that's nothing to brag about there.
And oh man, and then our offense. I mean, what games have our offense really just shown out? I mean, that Rams game we had a pick six. I mean, the offense they really just ain't.
What
You
was the
know what
score of
I
that
mean?
game?
It
I
was
don't
like
even remember.
24-9. It wasn't a high scoring
Yeah,
game. It was 24-9. Shit. I mean, offense ain't done much this year.
but you know what? Offenses this year, Buffalo. Who else? There's not a lot of off. You know, I've said this, David. I don't know if you noticed, but defenses are getting hip to all pass game. People are getting picked off now, right and left. You keep throwing that ball too much and too far down the field, and that's coming back the other way. That's why you got to be clever in your play calling now.
Definitely do got to be. But man, like Rombo, well, you can't tell me that C.J. Beathard probably wasn't Kyle's favorite quarterback because where the hell is the playbook run for him?
He was.
Rombo, the playbook he used to run for C.J. Deep balls, read options. It was that. Remember that 2018 Packers game
Mm-hmm.
when Marquise Goodwin scored like 2 touchdowns? Man, C.J.
And the
man,
ball's
that
way
offense.
downfield. But see, Marquise could
Man,
get ahead of the defense. That's what I thought great Danny G was going to do that for us. Even against the
oh yeah,
Rams with Hoyer.
yeah,
Remember them bombs down the field?
man,
Marquise
yeah, man.
Goodwin again.
What happened to that offense? What happened to that offense? What happened to that offense? The offense, that offense,
Marquise
the
Goodwin
ball
took it
was
with
all
him.
over the place.
You
The
know?
ball was all over the place.
So, you know.
Man,
Well, you know what? They wanted to play bully ball. Remember, they converted. That's why Dante Pettis got thrown out, and they got guys like
oh
Debo, and
yeah,
they got Ayuk, and they wanted
like
George Kittle to take a bigger
yeah,
role. They want to beat people up. Kyle said, oh, you know what I'm going to do? Forget all this. I just get the ball to playmakers and let them do their thing. That's okay, Kyle, but you need to keep the other element into your play calling, too. Damn. We're going to see. Damn, clock ran out that quick. I talk too much. You know what I owe you? Come back Friday, and I'll just hush. All right, James.
no problem, Rombo. Hey, Rombo, you
Yeah.
know we're gonna beat the Rams, man. It ain't too much to think about. We get a 9 star have to go though.
Dedicated to the Rams. All right, Jalen, man. I'll see you Friday. And Daniel Serrano. Daniel's down in SoCal. Listen up, fam. No way in hell we don't make the playoffs this season. McCaffrey's going to be the X factor. Agreed. He's going to give these boys a jolt. Trust. Daniel, I agree so hard. You know, and TDP, Jordan Mason, it's a wonderful thing for him to show up and let these guys get some rub from what they're watching out there. Because you know they're going to be on the field at some point. Because you know we don't keep anybody healthy. Hopefully it's not Christian that goes down, though. Bill, Big Bill, down in Texas.
What's up?
Deep in the heart of Texas. Bill,
as much as I want to say this, as much as I want to give them credit, I remember the last time I didn't and we won. It seems like when I give them too much credit, they take an L.
Who, the Rams?
So I'm going to stop doing that till they prove me wrong.
Oh,
I
the
want to
49ers.
be shocked. Yeah, I want to be surprised. I ain't worried about no Cowboys. They ain't played nobody. Even though they say they played somebody, they ain't played nobody. They had an easy win. They're getting walked to the playoffs. I don't want to hear that stuff. And they're claiming that they're not, and they're getting upset. I said, no, y'all didn't get no wins. Wait till they get beat by the Bears this week. And they do play Chicago. And actually, I was the last when Chicago beats them. So, and then I'm going to say, see, y'all didn't play anybody. Shut up. The New York Giants? Please, they ain't nobody. You know, I guarantee you we could beat them if we had them in the schedule.
Did the Rams
I don't
play
want to
the
hear about
Giants?
that. No, the Cowboys. They beat the
Oh,
Giants.
get up with the boys, yeah.
I don't want to hear about them actually playing anybody. So they play somebody. I don't want and beat somebody that's actually relevant. Please get out of my face about that. All right, number 2, Ronbo. I'm not gonna probably be on Friday, so I'm gonna give my score prediction before I go. You're not gonna like it, and until I'm proven wrong, it's what I want to see. I'd rather be shocked than let down. So by the performance of the Chiefs, they proved that they got ran out in their own stadium. Hopefully they get together and take a win and start winning after that. I don't know. Will they take it personal? I don't know. I want to see us win before we go any further. I want to be able to tell Ready to Blow and the rest of them, they're full of junk. But this one, I don't see us winning.
Oh!
And
I know.
And I'm going to tell you because until they prove that they got heart, and I want a shock. I want a surprise. I want proven to be wrong. I'll be glad if I'm wrong. You know, I'm going to tell you, I'm glad if I'm wrong.
Okay.
And I hope this takes a week. I hope they listen. I am calling the score. 49ers 3 because Kyle likes field goals, so I'm giving him 3.
You want only one,
and
too,
I'm giving the Rams.
Whoa.
Yeah, I'm giving him 3 because he likes to take field goals. Maybe he could get touchdowns this time until he starts taking field goals on inches where he can actually go for it and actually make a first down and get into the get a touchdown out of it. I'm going to say 3 points right there because field goal Shanahan. There you go. There's your field goal, Kyle.
What?
And I'm going to go with the Rams, 42 points. Maybe more.
Another wash. Just beat the brakes off them from the first quarter to the fourth quarter. Oh, my
Another
God.
wash until they prove me different, until they prove me wrong, until they can show out and beat the Rams because the Rams ain't nobody.
Yeah.
Okay, they ain't nobody.
Oh, God.
Now, I would think that would be personal, and I think they would turn around after that year, after they get beat down by the Rams and meet them in the playoffs.
Yeah.
But other than that, I don't want to hear it. You know, man, I hope I'm wrong on that.
Billy,
I hope I'm waking up on Sunday,
you really
watching the game, and they're beating the Rams down instead of us getting beat down. I want to see that. But until I've proven different, I have to give them that score based off of the performance of Sunday. I know we own the Rams, but, you know, any given Sunday, that could happen to you. And look what Kansas City did to us.
Still bleeding. I have to keep changing my bandages all over just from watching that game. I took injuries.
Right. I'm still feeling the pain from that game. I'm not over that. I take that personal. And I want them to turn the season around. I want to meet them in the Super Bowl, and I want to beat the bricks off of them. I want our team to beat the bricks off Kansas City, the same way they did us. That's why I'm pushing for them to get OBJ, because I guarantee you, we got a speedster. Who are you going to block? Kittle, Odell Beckham Jr.?
Hey.
I'll pick your poison, Debo,
Yeah.
and then you got Christian McCaffrey.
Yeah.
I mean, we got
There's no reason not to
many
be.
players.
We should score way more points.
Too much talent to get beat down like that.
Listen,
too much
Bill.
talent.
Bill,
It's not talent.
Bill, I don't know if it makes you feel better, but you, marketing pro, you've got his full support. He says you're a genius.
A genius. More like I'm sick. I'm gonna have to take a cough medicine the rest of the week until I play for the game. So I'm gonna have to go on a prescription medication. Yeah, laugh that one out, marketing pro. Enjoy this. One and only time I'm ever going to say this in my life. Enjoy it.
Bill, we gotta go.
I'm sick.
I'm gonna
Give
tell
me
you.
a Niner shout out while I get ready.
It would be my pleasure. Niners! Big Bill.
Before I go,
Yes,
I hope I'm wrong.
I do too.
I
really
hope
do.
I am wrong.
All right.
Yes. Bye.
Bye, Bill. You know, after studying martial art for such a long time, one thing Master Wu used to tell us, and with his famous accent, I'm not going to do his accent, it's not right, but Master used to always say, listen, you never show fear. If you feel fear, it will show in your face, and your opponent will take advantage of that. So you see, that's the thing. We cannot show the Rams too much fear because they're watching us, right? So have fun with it, but don't let them know we're scared. You know? Oh, there's that name! From the blue waters of Hawaii, we sing tiny bubbles. Tony!
Oh, hello, Ronbo. How are you today?
Doing better now. You know, it takes a couple of days to get over hurts and pain and suffering. But I watch this game because I enjoy it, Tony. I refuse to stay miserable the whole time. And we're moving on, and Kyle's he's all excited about his new toy. So, you know, there's reason to be optimistic. What are you thinking?
I think there's plenty of reason to be optimistic about this week. I think the Rams are in a bit of an offensive tailspin. I think they still have the pieces on defense to do damage, but their offense, especially their offensive line, is hurting. And their running back room is a big question mark right now. And, you know, something that I don't think is being talked about enough is the fact that, you know, I know everyone's mad at Nick Bosa for having, you know, 2 back-to-back encroachment penalties called on him, even though he still powered through and got a sack. But I'm looking at that Rams offensive line. I'm looking at the lineup of pass rushers that we have. And I think that the Niners are going to fare pretty darn well against the Rams offensive line. And Nick Bosa and Drake Jackson, I think, are set up pretty well to go off on Sunday. And I really think it's going to be a defensive rebound game. Partially because of the fact that the Rams are so sorry on offense right now. And
especially
so I'm excited about that.
Yeah, I agree.
Exactly. Like we don't know, you know, I mean, the whole thing with Cam Akers, you know, is probably disrupting that locker room. Now, I'm not saying the Rams are going to just, are going to roll over and die because they're, you know, they're a pro team, you know, they're Super Bowl champs, you know, like all that stuff.
Yeah.
But during the regular season, at least, Kyle Shanahan has always had, you know, Sean McVay's number. And looking at the state of that offensive line, I just think that the Niners are going to come out advantaged, especially playing at home at SoFi. So, you know, I will
wait,
say
Tony, wait. Let that sink in for a second. Did you hear that, Rams? Being at home at Levi's. Okay, go ahead, Tony. I enjoyed that.
No, it's you know, it's an hour-long commute down from the Bay Area, and all the 49ers fans who live in the Los Angeles area, plus everyone who travels, are going to come on out to the home stadium, you know, again. I mean, granted, that owner is going to be pumping in music and fake crowd noise like they had to in that NFC title game again.
Which is illegal, by the way.
Well, the Rams don't care about that. Look, okay, serious note, though, Ronbo, serious note. There's 2 things that give me pause about the 49ers offense. Well, 3 things. Number one, goes without saying, the offensive line. Okay, worried about that because of Aaron Donald, okay? But without Deebo Samuel and without Kyle Juszczyk. I'm worried
Oh.
about the way that Kyle's offense
I
is
forgot
going to
about
function,
Juice. Yeah.
especially Kyle Juszczyk. Because if you look at all the games, he was responsible for a lot of critical conversions to get us, on third down to get us first downs. Plus, he's an amazing run blocker, and he's essentially, he's at H-back. He's a second tight end on the field. And so without Juszczyk, who is a different sort of weapon, Kyle's offense might be a little bit more limited than it normally is. Now, we do have Christian McCaffrey, so I think we're going to see we're going to end up seeing a lot more 11 personnel sets. But again, the thing that gives me pause is Jawan Jennings also might not play. So we're going to be down two of our starting three wide receivers. We're going to have Kittle, but we're not going to have Juice, but we will have CMC, and hopefully that offensive line can get its act together this week. Get Brunskill in there to be Aaron Donald's daddy as he usually is, and get something going. I'm excited to see what Kyle does, and I will stand on this, that Christian McCaffrey is a running back who will make the offensive line look better because of his vision and because of his explosiveness. The offensive line won't need to
work so hard,
exert itself so much, and also he'll be able to make up for things with his own vision and athletic ability. So I think that's an overall net positive. And just like last week, the key to for the 49ers to win, the team is built to rush the passer. So if we can build up a 2-score lead and force them into obvious passing situations with Bosa and Drake Jansen and Amenahu, that is how the 49ers are supposed to win games. It's in many ways it's like how the Peyton Manning Colts won games. They would get a lead, then their pass rushers would go to work. So I'm looking at all that. I think the 49ers have it in them to definitely win this week. And I think the defense is set up for a big rebound game. We have too much talent on that defense to lose to the same old sorry-ass Rams. What do you think, Ronbo?
I agree wholeheartedly. Tony, there's one thing, though. I understand they're getting the first-string center back this weekend, so I'm not sure how much of an impact that's going to have on that offensive line. But for the most part, they're still missing some bodies. That's going to, like you said, it's going to be a rough match in the trenches for the Rams.
It's that left tackle. So having the center back is always going to be key. And they're coming off the bye, so they're going to be probably a little bit more coordinated and a little bit more ready for us than they usually would be. But the key matchups are going to be the tackles because they're going to try to run up the middle against us, and hopefully Fred and DFF are going to be able to plug up those run gaps. And if we can hold them, if we can contain the run and get them into third and more than 5, at least early on in the game, then it's advantage us because our defensive ends are so much more talented than the backup and third string tackles that the Rams have.
And Tony, look for
Ebicom. Division game, though.
And look for Ebicom to be huge this week because he doesn't like the people that got rid of him. Just a natural thing.
True. That's very, very true. That's very, very true. Yeah, no score prediction yet, but exciting.
You can wait till Friday anyway. You can think about it. All right.
Yep.
All right, Tony. Always a wonderful thing to get you on this phone.
Care,
all right. Thank you, fam. See you Friday.
Aloha.
Aloha, Tony. Let's go check in and see. What? It's the other Tony from the land down under. Tony.
Ronbo.
Well, Tony, your favorite guy, that coach of coaches, that man that Mrs. Shanahan named
brings
Kyle.
on Danny Gray for one play, and they know that they're going to throw the ball to him.
We just draft him to scare people. You stand him over there and have him growl and bark every now and then and threaten to put him in, but you don't put him in. You just keep that threat going. So, yeah.
Is that the same bloke who didn't have the brains to put Christian McCaffrey in the backfield there and say to him, hey, they've got some rookie corners and safeties. Can you go just run around the backfield and attract some attention so we can free up some plays?
And if it gets too crazy, maybe we'll just go and throw the ball to you as well. But we got to see what they're going to do and what they can look like. Can they stay with you? Tony, Christian McCaffrey's feet are ridiculous. I was just watching a clip of him practicing today. He's got the quickest. Oh, those feet can move quick. Oh, he can. I saw him doing a drill a few years ago, and he was doing a drill. His feet were moving so fast, it was hard to watch. You couldn't see his feet. I said, this is crazy.
What I did do, Ronbo, was watch this guy break down the last game play by play, and I posted the link on what do you call it, Twitter or whatever
Twitter.
it is.
Oh,
And what I came to realise was every time Jimmy G went for his first progression, like for example, one of them was George Kittle.
Mm-hmm.
George Kittle was covered, and by the time he went to go to his second one, which was Juszczyk,
Mm-hmm.
there was 3 guys in his face. And the only people that were getting open was Ayuk, and I can't remember who else. So I'm thinking to myself, has George lost a step, or did Andy Reid just have Kyle Shanahan's playbook and he knew exactly what he was going to do?
Yeah, because like you said, he was covered. Were they double teaming? What you do now is you don't let George Kittle, like we were supposed to do with them. You don't let the tight ends kill you, because both these guys, we're talking 2 Pro Bowl tight ends. They stopped George, except for a couple of plays. But, you got to take that main weapon and let the rest beat you. And if that's possible, then that's how you win.
When you watch it play by play, the way this guy breaks it down, you think, even if Kermit the Frog was on our team, he would have got smashed like Jimmy G did. It would have been the same outcome. But I think in the next game, I think it's going to be up to if Kyle Shanahan's got his head screwed on the right way. I wouldn't play Christian McCaffrey as a bell cow running back.
Not yet.
I'd stick him out the back. I would put him out the back with Brandon Ayuk, and I think it's going to be up to them two, because they seem to be the only 2 that can get open. And I think it's going to be up to them two to tear the Rams apart. Otherwise, we're in deep shit.
I just realized something. Red Eye pointed something out here. Actually, they didn't really stop George. George had a couple of huge plays is what it was, but both of them had 98 yards, Kelsey and George. But they did try to cover him. And, that's what you try to do. You try to take that main weapon away.
It's interesting that every time he might have gone for run, but every time Jimmy was his first progression, for some reason or another, they had him covered. And he had to pull back. By the time he went to his second, boom, the defenders were in his face.
I know, now it's too late. But that one play, I don't know what happened, but George is sitting alone down the field. I said, oh, finally.
And the other thing is, I don't know if our players are disheartened or disinterested, but you watch other teams and their players contest the ball. They dive for the ball.
Yes.
And our players seem to reach out with both hands, and if they catch it, they catch it. If they don't, bad luck.
What the hell?
Walk to the line of scrimmage and, no emergency, no nothing. And so, I don't know. Kyle's got to do something. He's got to change it up. And I think he's got to give Jimmy some more play action time.
Everybody knows that except for Kyle. Everybody knows that. But you know what, though? That effort on catches, you never catch Debo on. Well, Debo does. George does. Ayuk does. But at the same time, he misses some gimmies. Suddenly.
You've got to put a couple of players out there that will attract most of the attention, so that Debo has got a chance to be out in space, either in the middle of the field or out the back. And that's when Debo's got 2 or 3 steps in front of him to make the first guy miss. Everything else flows on from there.
Yeah.
But,
And that's why when they call Jimmy, when they call Jimmy one read, they don't understand. What Jimmy's doing has been rehearsed. You don't wait. As soon as you put that ball to a spot, Debo's going to be there. They're not going to stop him. So you just go ahead and put that ball there, and 9 out of 10 times that works. So, that's why double coverage isn't supposed to stop him. Because he's going to be double covered for the rest of his career, as long as he's effective.
I don't think so. Christian McCaffrey throws that spanner in the works where they have to choose which one are they going to double cover, this guy or that guy.
See, that's what I'm looking forward to. But they've got to get there. They haven't been together long enough yet. I'm hoping another 3 weeks. If Debo could heal up.
I hope Kyle just and put Jordan Mason on, man. He was leading the team with 7 yards per carry.
He's only had one carry, Tony.
Reasons for, he can't block or whatever. If he runs another 7 yards per carry, give him the ball again.
I agree.
He does it again, give him the ball again.
Agreed
What
again.
is wrong with you?
Oh,
Christ sake.
You know, Tony, he's got too much sharp. Kyle Shanahan's brilliant. We have to admit it, whether we want to or not. He's too smart for his own good. He's the kind of guy that gets bored, and then he wants to try something else.
He's a micromanager, and somebody said it the other day. He's an in spite of type of person. All right? No. You'll do it my way, and that's it. Otherwise, you're on the bench, and you'll be in the dog box. I take all the credit for this team, not the rest of you guys. Me, I take it.
And the only reason we're winning is because of my football conceptions, not yours. You just do as you're told. And pretty much people understand that is what Kyle wants you to do. That's why they're speaking out. All of a sudden, there's mutiny on a bounty. I don't know what's going to go.
Whereas you see Andy Reid, and he goes up to Kermit the Frog, and he says, "Go ahead, son. Trust your eyes. Go. Let him play free." Not this guy. No. It doesn't matter whether it's Jimmy or Trey Lance. You're going to get the same.
And that's why him and Matt Ryan had a falling out. Because, hey, Kyle, I've been playing football for a long time, man. Don't dictate to me. I'll tell you what. I got your book. Let's go. Now go over there and know your place. And that causes me. But people think it's all about the players. It is, but it ain't. So, Tony. Looks like we're gonna run out of time. Hey, I'll see you Friday. Hopefully, don't make us wait. All right.
All right, brother. Shout out to everyone. See you in the next chat, bro.
Looking forward to it, Tony. All right.
See you, buddy.
All right. I got Tony rolling down the road. Hey, Tony. Or should I say good day? Tony's in the middle of his day. All right. Hey, Anderson.
Man, what's up, Ronbo, man?
Anderson, it's like we got to get to 4-4 so we can get over what just took place. Because Anderson, here's the thing. There's not a lot of teams that got a better record than the 49ers this year, and we're dragging butt. How many teams are 3-4? Or 3-3? Or 4-3? There's not a lot of gap. So the season really means... Whatever record you have right now doesn't mean a lot, but you can't keep getting your butt beat.
Nah.
But we got a new weapon, though.
Nah. See, y'all want to speak on this, man. Kyle Shanahan is a fucking idiot. If you go,
cut and dry.
If you go, this is what you need to do, because this will work for me. If people call the show, talk about, man, it's not bad, but damn. The same players you scored those 2 touchdowns against Atlanta. That's the same play I do on the game. Hell, you need to use Jeffrey Wilson Jr. and Jordan Mason to run up the middle. If you're gonna run outside the tackles, you need to use TD Price. If you're gonna use Christian McCaffrey, you know what you do?
Stretch.
Screen.
Yeah, a screen. Oh, that's his specialty. Yeah.
Screens all day, and it's like. And it's like the play that Jimmy threw the ball to in the last game when he threw it to Kittle, and right there on everybody thought it was out. He didn't get it, but he got it in. Ayuk was running wide open across the screen. Well, damn, that same play is on the game where Ayuk run inside and Kittle run straight up, and then he runs to the side. That's on the damn game, on the mad game. So stop saying it's not the same thing. It is the same thing. These motherfuckers don't recognize that they're doing the shit.
Anderson.
Hold on, Ronbo. You know what's the whole thing? Ayuk is open on every damn passing play.
Because nobody can cover him.
And
this is why. And Kyle everybody should know that by now.
Game. He's open on every pass play, because it's tight end appreciation day. I'm gonna throw it to George Kittle. I'm gonna throw it to George Kittle. Man, win the game. Look what they did. Win the game. And defense. Oh, defense. Boy, I don't know why Sam Womack not playing in the motherfucking nickel. I mean,
he got beat out.
Got the speed.
According to Kyle.
Nah, he was playing. Because Kyle put him in the corner. He put him on the cornerback. He didn't put him in the slot.
I got to tell you, Anderson, I like him out there in the corners too. He's just a feisty. You can be big if you want to, but Womack doesn't seem to care. You see that play he made? I forget how tall that dude was. Maybe that was Robinson over in L.A. though. Womack was all up in his chest, just you can see the hands just moving so fast, and his back was laying up into Robinson's chest, and Robinson's trying to make the play, and Womack's just battling him. That ball did not get received either. Look at that! Womack! Big don't mean nothing in this fight.
I hope the offense come to play, though. That's who needs to play. So everybody else can do their job. Goddamn Michael Gleason. That son of a bitch.
You know what?
I'd rather have to go ahead and put Moore right there.
I expect the offense, like I did last week as well. I expect the offense to play a little different this week. Now, as you know, you embarrass yourself 3 weeks in a row. I can't imagine that. I cannot. I'm looking for something better this week.
You know why I'm not worried, Ronbo?
Why is that?
Well, we're in this same position last season.
Yeah.
And we just, all right, so there's really no need to really just trip or worry about the shit. Because right now at the port where I work, they got this pool going on. I already dropped my $100 on the 49ers going back to the championship game and possibly the Super Bowl.
Ooh. ESPN, a couple of analysts agree with you. Everybody believes that Christian McCaffrey can be more than a missing link. If he stays healthy, that just changes the whole complexion of the 49ers offense. So you might be right.
He basically since I see him as being the most that we should have had in that game against LA last season.
Mm-hmm.
You know what I'm saying? That's the most. So basically, he's just gonna play the position of Mosa right now.
But even more because now because you know what, our best run game so far is we led with the passing game. It wasn't all about starting run first down every time. We led with passing and then opened up the run game. Maybe Kyle, look at that. See this game here? What was it more effective? How about try that again? And see if that works. Because now you can screen past McCaffrey all afternoon until they can't stand it no more. Now Jeffrey Wilson Jr. can get crazy, and he will too.
Yep. and man, Tony with the 43-3. I was laughing. Don't call this show no more. You are not faithful, brother. You are not part of the family. Don't call the show no more. I'll be saying to myself, then why y'all call the show? Everybody be like, I don't think they're gonna win. I don't think. Then why you call the show? Why you call it?
Well, it's okay.
You negative. You negative energy. I understand what he's saying, but it's negative energy into the input that you saying that they're not gonna win now. That mean they're not gonna win. So let's put some positive energy. Yeah, we're gonna do what we need to do.
We do.
We're gonna do what we need to do. That's all we need to say. We're gonna do what we need to do. Everybody was saying last week that's not the game. This the game that's gonna turn everything around. Why? Because this ain't nothing but practice on prime time. LA ain't got shit.
Anderson.
LA ain't got shit. And I hope that motherfucking who is that goddamn 99 hear what I say, because you're gonna be a little bitch going against Brumfield. You're gonna be crying.
Anderson, we gotta pull up. Save some of that.
Is Kellogg playing?
Yeah, I don't know. No, Kellogg's on the IR. Anderson, let me see you Friday, fam. We gotta go.
All right.
I'll be looking for you.
All right. Peace and love. and 49 to go, man. Peace out.
I hear you.
All right, Ronbo.
Night, fam. And it's that dog in the other yard, Howard, as roof. That's my favorite when dogs go into that roof and howl. And then my dad takes his shoe and throw it up in the front room. That noise. Don't get me started. There it is. Let that damn dog out of here. Get out. Hey. Howard, listen, man, we got like Shanahan's all having a good time now and saying things like, yeah, call it game planning. All of a sudden it's fun. Why is he saying that? What is he seeing? What do you think's going on, fam? Howard. Did we lose Howard? We did. Oh, no. Howard, get back in there, man. All right. We'll try to get Howard again. And, hey, Merrick.
Oh.
Merrick, as I was just saying, I'm pumped because if Kyle's pumped, everybody should be pumped. Kyle's all of a sudden saying things like, yes, it's fun to game plan now. Kyle, you never said that before. I mean, I've never heard you say that before. What does that mean, Kyle? Whoa. What's going on? When I read that, I wish I could be in practice to see what is going on. I don't know. Why is he excited? Merrick, what do you think? What's going on there?
Well, I'm hoping it's the addition of Christian McCaffrey is finally going to boost his offense so he can finally show the MVP season in 2016 again instead of being a offensive chump.
And he won't get worked to death with this offense. He's got plenty of help out there. So now you just added an extra weapon. He'll look like, when Rocky, who's that guy? Not Rocky, but the guy that was out in the woods, Rambo. How did I forget that name? Anyway, Rambo. Remember they'd always put the camera on him when he's packing his weapons? Rambo, you see the knife go into the chest, the bullet belt go around his waist, the bullet belts go across his shoulder. He'd have like, you take 5 minutes to show all the weapons Rambo was about to go out into the woods with. Maybe that's what Kyle's doing. If Kyle comes out with a headband on and leaves his hat inside and an army fatigue jacket, that would be fitting. He's got weapons now, Merrick. Is there a reason to get excited? Are you getting excited?
I'm excited, but I'm also like cautiously optimistic.
Yeah.
Because I don't want to get all hyped up and then get disappointed again.
It's really painful coming down, isn't it? It's like, bam! Oh, God. Oh, I got way up there to fall this far. Merrick, though, you've seen Christian McCaffrey. How do you think he's going to highlight this offense? And can he be the catalyst to make that whole machine work better?
I think so. Even if he's not going to rush for 1,000 yards or receive for 1,000 yards, I don't think there's any way a defense is going to be able to contain Debo, Kittle, and McCaffrey all at once.
When you mention that, it's like Tybo. And don't forget Ayuk, the man who can't be covered. Yeah.
I think one of those guys is going to end up getting free, and then when they switch to cover that guy, it's going to free up another guy.
Yeah.
It's just
you're going to run out of defense.
Loop.
There's nobody. You can't cover all of that. Merrick?
Yeah, as for the Rams this week, I do think we are going to beat them. I don't know what that caller was thinking. We're going to get smashed 42-3. Some people are way too doom and gloom about one loss.
Merrick, that works sometimes. There's people who call in sometimes, and they give these lopsided scores. Now, they're not really wanting that, but they're trying to put that mojo out there so it processes and ends up being that magic poof that lands on SoFi and just ruins the Rams. Everything they do just turns to poo-poo. And the 49ers romp.
I don't think they need to turn to poo-poo. They already are. They're not good.
Remember, Jalen Ramsey, if Debo doesn't play, it's actually a good thing. Jalen Ramsey's laying for Debo. There's some conversation going on between Debo and Jalen on Twitter last time. Debo said, man, just stop whining and take the L. Oh, that kind of conversation. Debo's going to Jalen can't deal with Christian McCaffrey. That's just too much quickness. I don't even believe it. I'm looking forward to this game. If Jalen does, that's not his job anyway. That's Bobby. Who else? Who's the other linebacker? This game's got potential, Merrick. We need to believe. But
Yeah, I think Jalen Ramsey and the Rams fans are the king of the whiny fan bases.
I want Jalen Ramsey. You know what I got to tell you? From what I'm seeing about Ayuk, whose route running is becoming more and more vicious, I think the 49ers should really pay attention to Ayuk as much as possible this week because Jalen Ramsey gets pissed off. And it's like, I don't know if you've ever been boxer or anything like that. You can psych a better fighter out by just doing him up a couple of times. He starts to not believe in himself. And now you can do a number. If Jalen Ramsey gets smoked by Ayuk like Stephon Diggs did him in that Buffalo game, he becomes mush. I really wish the 49ers would try that a couple of times. Just take a shot at Ayuk, especially if he gets loose, and watch Ramsey melt. So
yeah, Ramsey doesn't like getting the feelings hurt when he starts playing with Sue.
He really doesn't. And we've seen it how many times in big games, too. Remember that guy against the Super Bowl last year that grabbed Ramsey by his face and threw him into the dirt? Ramsey wasn't the same the rest of the night. Damn it, they won the game, but still, it wasn't because of Ramsey.
Yeah, the only reason the Rams won is because the Bengals' offensive line was bad.
That's the only reason why. Yeah. So I want to see. And actually, as I say, I think the 49ers offense, I think Jimmy's had enough time now. They've got to get their timing down. It's got to be right this week. And if that looks like to be the case, we can think about 12-5, the worst the 49ers will probably do. What I'm looking at. We'll see.
Yeah, I'm hoping after the bye week that the offense will be like 100%, where it's going to be the best of luck, and hopefully don't have to keep saying, "Oh, let's just give them another week." It's getting a little.
Yeah, it took a while because when you got no preseason, you just got to come in there. It takes a minute. Timing is, and especially at this level, everything's. It takes reps. You got to get that timing down. So they've had enough now, especially after getting beat the brains out. I think that has something to do with the offensive lagging a bit too, amongst other things. But we'll see. Well, Merrick, what else you want to add?
Yeah. Well, I think the biggest thing we need to hope is that the offensive line plays better. Otherwise, we're not going to go very far.
You know, somebody mentioned something earlier. That offensive line, all those guys are pretty much new. Trent Williams, Aaron Banksy knows a little bit. Jake Brindle, we don't know him. On the right side of the offensive line, you've got Burford, his first year. And you got Mike McGlinchey on the right side, these guys are run blockers. This is the problem. These guys are not pass protectors. So we need to stop with the under center stuff, run more rollouts and play action. Please, Kyle, please. We're begging you. And that way the run game works better even than that as well.
Need to run a lot more play action.
Yeah, it's just silly.
Yeah, same last week. Need to run a lot more play action.
Let that and if you're going to do that under center thing, then let that offensive line go a little longer. I mean, this is a common sense thing. Merrick, we're going to go. Hey, I'll see you Friday, though. Huh?
All right, see ya.
All right, Merrick. Thanks for calling. And the Big Show says, I'm giving Broncos a 2024 1, 2022 3, 2023 2, 2023 3 for Jerry Jeudy. Our O would complement our D and be complete. Debo, Ayuk, Jeudy, plus McCaffrey, Mitchell. I keep forgetting about Elijah Mitchell. When's he going to return? Call his mom and see if she'll let him come out and play. Elvis.
Yo, Ron Bizzle.
Ellis. So Ellis, I was amused like I've not been amused in a long time. Because Kyle usually doesn't have anything to say about practice. But all of a sudden he says, all of a sudden it's fun. It's fun game planning with this guy. Ooh, what does that mean, Kyle? What? Are we going to equally have as much fun watching you this Sunday? Ellis, what is going on in camp right now in downtown? Well, not downtown Santa Clara, but just on the edges of the city.
Hopefully it's not Kyle just blowing smoke up our ass. Just
Yeah, I've
saying
done that
that
before.
after he just barely got the rest of old man what's his name's foot out of his ass.
Aaron, the KC coach,
Yeah. I don't know why I was
Andy
gonna say
Reid.
it's like Holmgren, Arians. He's like they're like all in the same kind of.
Aren't
They
they?
look alike a little bit.
And they do.
So
You
you can mix them up,
that's funny.
especially him and Mike Holmgren. But anyway, but yeah, man, after getting pummeled like that, Kyle's he's gotta sound like something's going on, and I'm sure he's getting more. He's getting a little more spicy with the stuff he's able to do with Christian McCaffrey and seeing what, he's knowing what he was able to do before being on the team, and then seeing what he's able to do in the game. There's a lot of different options that he opens up, and he can kind of do more things offensively, which is what Kyle's been wanting to do since we haven't really had a running back to, catch the ball out of the backfield and really, spice things up. And then the way that McCaffrey moves, how he gets through holes, he fits through a lot of quick places. He moves very well.
Oh,
he moves very, very well with the ball in his hands. That's one thing I will say about him that I like.
And I love
in
to watch the
addition
feet.
to the other things that he has
The feet. Oh my, look at
yeah,
the feet.
that's what I'm saying. His movements with his legs, his lower body, he's very quick. He's, very sure with the running, and he runs hard, and, he tries to go for the extra yardage. He doesn't stop.
Every time.
Once you hit him, he keeps moving. And I like that a lot about him. He's really good at catching the ball. Like I said, he's fearless. And so he's a one hell of an acquisition. I just want him to, be able to really play to his full potential. Kyle has he can do things and allow guys to be successful, but he also can harbor a lot of and withhold a lot of guys and players and
takes away
from
some of their strengths. Exactly. Yeah.
So I'm concerned that he's going to do that, but I'm not. That's not what I'm banking on. So I'm hoping that he's able to really open up the offense. We can't go to the Super Bowl. We're not going to go to the playoffs if we can't get past 21 fucking points. It's just not going to happen.
No, I agree.
I've been saying that since like week 2, week 3. We got to put more points on the board. We can't score 7 to 10 points in the second half, and we only got 7 or 10 points in the first half. It's not gonna work.
And that helps out the defense as well, because now the defense or the other team has to go into throw mode, and now that helps the rush, the pass rush, and everything else. So it's essential that the 49ers get up off this anemic offensive production.
Yeah, definitely. We got to see some more from the special teams. I think Ray, he had like one good run, I think, against Atlanta. He had like one or two decent runs, last weekend. But we got to see more from the special teams. All in all, I'm hopeful that D'Amico Ryans is, learning from the mistakes, and then the guys personnel wise are, because when they were running those jet sweeps with Nicole Hardman and just those few plays, and Jet McKinnon running for 20 yards. I was like, man, they're giving the ball up. We're about to go back and score.
3rd and 20.
And Jarek fucking McKinnon
3rd and 20.
runs for almost
34 yards. I
come
know
on.
exactly. I'll never forget it. 34 yards. We had them 3rd and 20. Oops.
All that shit he was talking, I was like, man, could somebody hit? No, and nobody hit him. I'm mad nobody hit him in between his chin strap and his collarbone for the way he was talking shit about the team, because I would have made sure I would have laid his ass out if I was a player on the team. I'm just saying, because he was talking real spicy, and he's feeling himself and talking shit about the team, and it's like, hey man, look, we had you for 2 years, you got hella millions off of us, and you didn't do shit.
Yeah.
So we're the ones that should be talking shit about you, not in reverse. Anyway, learn from your mistakes, play better. We're playing the Rams. It's a division game. We can't play around. We can't play around. We cannot. The Rams are going to come and try to play better. They're going to repeat
the two strategies that the Falcons and the Chiefs were able to utilize against us, and mix with a little bit of their own. But they see what works. They saw who beat us and what they beat us with. So they're going to use that to their advantage. And Kyle needs to be coaching around that and not doing what the hell he wants to do in his own mind, in which he's simulating things. He needs to think about and be able to plan around and plan his game plan around whether or not they start utilizing the same strategies that those two teams had used against us. So, because if that shit don't work and they're not using the same old Ram scheme and play style and, coverages and what have you, he's got to be prepared for that. So you got to go off script, Kyle. You need to have 2 or 3 different scripts, Kyle.
And he I think he knows that all the time. Will he do it is another thing. Fam, we're gonna go, and I'll be seeing you Friday. Bring that SCO, and we'll do some more.
That's a bet for sure. Peace and love, brother Ronbo.
All right, Ellis.
Thank you for
Shout
the
out
platform.
shout out to the squad too. All right, fam.
Yes, sir. Yes, sir. They sleeping, getting ready for they got school in the morning.
They
But
got
yeah,
school,
thank you. I appreciate you as always.
Nah,
And
same back at you.
man, shout out to the faithful, man. Yeah, y'all. We got to keep it. We got some more time left, y'all. Let's not give up just yet. We got a couple more weeks left. I think we need to go on like a 3-4 4-game win streak to kind of just revitalize the fan base and the team, and just to set some precedents out here. So let's pray for that.
Yes, indeed. All right.
Hit that like,
Ellis.
subscribe, man. You know where you at.
Thanks, fam. Night, Ellis.
I got curry of lamb I'm cooking this weekend.
Ooh, whoa, wow.
Anyway.
Hey, sounds good to me.
Great.
All right, Ellis. And let's go back and check and see if Howard, we get to reconnect. How Hooford.
Sorry about that.
No, I thought it was us that we might have cut you off by accident. But Howard, if Kyle Shanahan's all excited, if his enthusiasm has been boosted just by having Christian McCaffrey put on a 49er uniform, I have to feel excited about that, because that means, Kyle, are you going to show us some new things? Because you've got new weaponry? If Debo's not playing,
You can't be that gullible, Ronbo.
I know, right?
Can't do that.
Come on, Howard. Why are you going to pour water on my smoking? Okay, what are you thinking then?
And, well, it could be in only 2 things. 1, something really is happening. Or 2, he's just happy that he got his own nephew on the team. Uncle Kyle, thank you for bringing me to the Niners. No problem, Christian. Anytime.
I would have had you here in 2017 if I had it my way.
Exactly. That's what he's thinking. But if he really wanted, he should have drafted him.
He probably did. Right? Hey, Howard, I guarantee you there's some decisions being made in the FO that Kyle doesn't always agree with. Guaranteed.
Well, I guess. but like I said, if he could have had him, just like he had Mahomes.
Yeah.
But
I don't think any of them wanted to do anything but get a defender. I mean, they wanted a defender, and they figured they had Kirk Cousins. I don't know why you anticipate that, though, but they figured they had Kirk Cousins coming up. He was going to be a free agent that year, and he's coming on over to San Francisco. That was his wish.
See, it's so weird, man. It's like I've never met a coach or a person that just wants somebody who is just so.
See that? What does that tell you, Howard? How did we get Howard? Oh, Howard, you there? Howard, that's you. His flowers. Howard, please don't tell me that you got that disease of not charging your phone. Howard's gone. All right. Let us go check out with San. Dun, 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 boom, boom, dun, 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 dun. Oh, let me put my guitar back down. It's Bryant. Bryant!
Hey, Ronbo, can you hear me?
I can hear you, Bryant.
Perfect. I got my earbuds in today, so I was wondering if they sound okay.
He sounds great to me. But anyway,
Awesome.
yeah, but Brian, you've heard what Kyle's out there running around saying and being quoted. Now, what in the world brought that on?
I don't know. Ronbo, did you see that picture of him like sitting in the locker room on the ground with his like leg kicked back and looking out into the locker room, just like devastated? Or I know you've seen it. If you haven't seen it, I'll post it to
Wait a
you.
minute,
But
you're not talking about that photo? He's sitting and his back up against a big trunk.
yeah,
And yeah, that's the one.
yeah.
And Bill Walsh was standing over him, looking down at him. It's been updated. At first, it was just Kyle sitting there looking like the loneliest man in the world. His head in his hands, and like his whole world had collapsed on him. Yeah, I saw that. Everybody's seen that.
Yeah, see, I think you painted it perfectly. Like the whole world collapsed on him, like he's defeated. So if he feels like that now,
Up until Christian
is the
McCaffrey
season
showed
over?
up.
Yeah,
Yeah.
now, but then we lost to the Chiefs the way we did. So is he still excited? He's like, did he plan to lose to the Chiefs? Like, because like there was times we could have had CMC in there on plays, even if he was just a ghost, just like trying to get somebody to pay attention to him, and we could get an option to somebody else. But I don't know, Ronbo. I feel like
Brian,
the guy.
the wheels fell off. I don't think. Remember, we get that kind of beating at least once a year. Last year, was it last year? Was that the Colts? And the year before that,
Yeah.
I think it was the Rams. And actually, against the in 2019, against the that was another a game where the defense we actually beat the Saints that year because it was a high-scoring game, but we kept up with them, right? So we're going to get those games at least once a year, apparently.
I believe in Kyle. I believe, in this regime and stuff like that. But there definitely seems to be a problem, and there's been a problem for several years.
Mm-hmm.
And I don't know. People can say, "Oh, it's the play calling," or and maybe it is the play calling. You don't try Crabtree in the end zone 4 times in the Super Bowl. You don't do that. Harbaugh lost the Super Bowl because he tried Crabtree 4 times. Kaepernick could have bootlegged in, could give it to Frank Gore.
We have Frank Gore.
Now, Kyle Shanahan, in the Super Bowl with Harbaugh, yeah. Now this one, we don't want to rehash everything out, but Kyle loses the game. The Chiefs, take over in the fourth quarter. But who was there the whole time? Parag. Let's fire Parag if we're going to fire anybody. Let's get
I hadn't thought about it, yeah.
Jed York Fred out of the office,
Crazy.
and exactly. Let's get him away from the organization. He's been around for like 20-something years now, and we're not doing better with him.
Him and Jed were classmates.
Yeah, exactly. Friends. So like, okay, so let's go run my mom and dad's business for, when we get older. No. Like,
a couple of rich kids.
I get it. He's really smart. I get it. He's really smart. But was he the one who just said, "Oh, let's get rid of Buckner. Let's not pay Buckner"? Was he the one who said, "Yeah, let's sign Kinlaw"? Or
wonder.
was he the one behind like Balky saying, "Yeah, let's get these guys on IR because with injuries before
Cost
they come to the
efficiency.
Niners." Yeah, so we can get them at a low cost, and then if we got to cut them later on, it'll only be like 4 or 5 players, 4 or 5 seasons from now, that will be a valuable roster spot that we miss out on. But we got these guys cheap, and the potential's there, right? No, I mean, I say fire Parag.
Keep going the bargain basement route. The Rams go to extreme, but you want to be somewhere between the Rams and everybody else. You don't need to be shopping cheap all the time,
No. I really like the trade for CMC. I'm glad I'm not the Niners organization. I guess a lot of people probably am too, because I would have given him up 2 first-round picks for CMC. I think that guy's really going to make
He's
our
amazing.
team go. He is, and he's the player that we probably should have had when we had Harbaugh on our other coach.
No. CMC came a little later. CMC was a player you should have gotten instead of Solomon Thomas. See, and when I lost my mind that night in the draft, because I wanted CMC. I knew it was a pipe dream, but still. And the 49ers select Solomon Thomas. Oh, my God! Jesus. Oh, I've been stabbed in the chest. I couldn't believe it. So, CMC went
He's
somewhere
a
else.
Stanford guy, right?
Yeah.
He's a Stanford guy, right? And
They
Harbaugh's a
both
Stanford
went
guy.
to. They both went to Stanford, right? So if you're gonna bring anything out of
So
Stanford,
if we never got rid of Harbaugh, CMC would have came to our team.
but that's
it would've
provided we
happened
would have still
because
had the same lineup of players. Remember, because there was an exit that year. Everybody left the 49ers. Remember, except a few people.
See, again, it goes back to what happened in the office. They
Yeah.
said, okay, Balky and Parag. Balky's gone, but we still have Parag. So, hey, well, thanks for having me on. I really like talking to you.
Fangio left. The Smith brothers no longer existed on the right. I mean, it was just bad. Oh.
It's getting really crazy because people are popping up left and right, and others saying, "Oh, well, this guy's going to be gone, and this guy's going to be replacing him." And some are, "Oh no, that's not going to fit our scheme." Guess what? The Niners want to do it. The Niners are going to do it. At this point, we'll cut our nose off, and we don't care.
Spider face.
Just sell ourselves in the mirror for pretty. So when you got 5 trophies, I guess you get to do whatever you want to, and it doesn't matter how long it takes you to get another trophy.
We got to stop. We got to stop going to the Super Bowl coming up dry. If the next time the 49ers go to the Super Bowl, they have to win it. It's just you can't keep going there and not win it. Next time will be number 3. Oh, come on, guys. Let's get this done.
They won't start looking like Dallas with a bunch of lost Super Bowls.
Oh, anything but that, Brian. Brian, we got to go. I'll be looking forward to seeing you Friday, okay?
You too, man. You have a great night. Stay faithful, everybody. And we're gonna beat LA.
Yeah, I think you got to beat somebody. Yes. Night, Brian. Yeah, Rams. You're gonna be the lambs to get sacrificed. Oh, did I say the sacrificial lambs? Road Ashley Music says Niners bounce back against the Rams. Faithful, please stop hitting the panic button. Go Niners! Hey, Chris. I know Chris has that. Chris.
What up, Ronbo?
Chris, we're sitting back here worried about the Rams. I am to some small degree because it's embarrassing to lose to the Rams. They're just that kind of team. I'd rather lose to the Falcons than lose to the Rams. At least it's not embarrassing. And for losing to the Chiefs, well, that's become a thing that we just do. But Kyle Shanahan's running around talking about, I like calling plays. All of a sudden, it's so much fun. What's going on with Kyle Shanahan?
I don't know, but we got another home game. Why y'all tripping? We got another home game. I don't understand why people are. We lost to the Chiefs. The Chiefs are a good team.
They have a good team.
We lost to the Chiefs. But why is everybody like, I don't know if we're going to beat the Rams? Why wouldn't you know? What's our record against the Rams? Like, why wouldn't you know that we're going to beat the Rams?
In years.
Because they beat us one time because things happened in it. He dropped a pick or whatever. Like, come on now. We've been beating them since day one, since McVay got there. So.
And Talanoa ain't going to be dropping no picks, okay? He already proved that. Throw the ball at Talanoa, get ready to get sixth. I got to get a T-shirt.
Yeah,
for that.
But I didn't get to call in on Monday. But that game, that Chiefs game, I'm just disappointed how we lost.
That's what everybody's proud
of. I'm not. I mean,
not
I
about losing,
win, but I'm not
the way we
worried.
lost. Yeah.
Yeah, because the NFC is trash right now. So, it's probably 9 wins. Is probably gonna get in the playoffs.
You're probably right. Because people are losing.
But the only one to blame for that loss is, of course, Kyle Shanahan and the defense. Trent Williams gave up that sack. I gave him a pass. It was his first game back. Jimmy Ward got ate up. I gave him a pass. He got that big club on his hand. It was his first game back. But the rest of the defense, I don't know what the hell that was. Mooney Ward, I don't know if he got in contact with his ex-teammates. Was like, yeah, just keep passing it on me.
Wait, Chris. Mooney had a hamstring. He wasn't supposed to be out there, I don't think. Because he didn't look that slow before.
Man, if he was hurt, he shouldn't have been out there then.
Thank you. I fully agree. Because you ain't helping us now playing hurt.
Wasn't it 6? They were 6 for 6 on him.
that deep ball, that 3rd and 15 or whatever that was. I'm like, he getting closer. Like, what are you staring at?
Chris, let me mention this on that.
at?
Here's Mahomes 7 for 7 with passes over 15 yards against us.
Man,
that's an NFL record for this year. I think that might be an all-time NFL record. I'm not sure, but they made a big point about that as I was sitting there watching that program and getting embarrassed.
Man, so I'm down here in SoCal, and I feel like Jimmy G goes through the same thing that we got a player down here that's going through. Westbrook. Everything is getting blamed. It don't matter if you win or lose.
Westbrook.
You're getting the blame.
Oh, you mean the Lakers? Oh, they're working him. Oh, they're working Westbrook.
I get tired this is how it is with our fan base. I get tired of every day. We win the game, you want to talk about Jimmy. We lose the game. That's when you can talk
Chris,
about if he
no.
the game. But when we win,
when they win the game, it's about the defense and the run game. When they lose the game, it's entirely Jimmy's fault.
Yeah. It's like we already know what Jimmy is. Why you guys want to keep talking about it, stressing yourself out? It's the same thing. Y'all keep bringing up the same thing, right?
Same thing. Yeah, he can't throw over 5-10 yards. That's with the favorite pet peeve. He doesn't throw anything but INTs. Yet when you go to L.A., Jimmy's not even close to leading the league in INTs. And they played the same amount of games.
No.
So this is why I'm saying, we really get carried away with every mistake he makes. Now, ain't no quarterback out there going mistake-free from the first quarter to fourth quarter each and every week. That ain't happening. So, if he makes one mistake, that's the whole reason why we lost the game. Okay, what are you going to do? Make him play defense too then.
And then since everybody on Jimmy G, how about this trade right here? Since everything's going bad in Green Bay land, Aaron Rodgers for a pick in Brandon Ayuk.
For Aaron Rodgers is probably leaving there next year anyway. First place he's going to call is here. Wait a minute, how long is his contract?
I think, didn't he just renew it?
Yeah, I forgot. Yeah. You know what, though? It would be funny to have Aaron Rodgers whining and crying. He wouldn't do that with us. I'm a little tired of Aaron, okay? He can't win after the playoffs, and he makes all that drama in the offseason. I like Aaron, but sometimes I wonder about him.
He can See, you guys Warrior fans up there, he can KD the game too. Like, he can't beat us. Come join us.
Yeah, I love when players do that. Kevin Durant, boy, he tried to get out of we can start talking basketball. Some of the NBA stuff is hilarious. So, I'm not happy with what's going on. I'm going to have to leave. Kate, you're the one who said you needed to have Kyrie. You wanted, what's the name for your coach? We put everything in place for you that you asked for, and you're responsible, Kyrie, and don't blame us for that. So I'm laying on the floor laughing because that's true. That's Jimmy. Jimmy's.
And then Kyle needs to. This is Kyle's problem. Kyle coaches scared.
I know that.
Kyle needs to coach like an asshole. Like, I'm gonna run the score up on you every game. Every game. That's what should be on his mind.
And Chris,
running the score up.
Chris,
you got all that offensive talent
and ain't using it. Chris, we got to pull up though, fam.
And he better. This is what I want to see too. Remember the throwback Miami Dolphins, Cadillac Williams and what's his name? The other running back from LSU, from Auburn.
Can't replace that name.
Ronnie, what's his name? Ronnie Williams or something.
Oh. Those are.
But anyways, I want to see Debo and Christian McCaffrey run some Wildcat.
Everybody that has to scare every DC in the league up to death. Fam, we really got to go though, Chris. Let me see you Friday. Let's continue.
All right, man. Have a good one, Ronbo.
You too, Chris. Appreciate you, fam. Have a great night.
Rams suck ass.
And they know it. Hey, Big Boy Louis says it was undisciplined football all around. This is the truth. That is exactly. I don't know what they were doing. Guys need to do their job, including Kyle. It's his job to prepare the team mentally, not just scheme. It's like my mom used to say when she used to send us off to school every day. Listen, You behave yourself. Don't go out here embarrassing me. That's my mom used to tell us this. We didn't know what she was talking about, you know? But because she had to think about everything you do reflects on your parents. Okay. Hey, let's go back. Hey, Levi.
Hey, Ronbo, can you come back to me?
Okay. All right, Levi. We'll be back. And, come on, Edmund, with some more truth. And
can you hear me, Ronbo?
I can hear you, Edmund. Edmund,
What's going on, man?
This is perfect. I'm glad you came in tonight. I'd love to hear what in the world has come over Kyle Shanahan, and what is he getting ready to do? Does he feel he's able to do something now that was not possible before this last week? And did he just make the rest of his players feel inferior by saying things like, well, all of a sudden, play calling is a fun thing? Kyle, I would ask him, Edmund, I got to tell you, Coach, I saw what you said. I thought we was all having a good time here before Christmas came. What's up? Edmund, what's going on with that, man? I love it. Oh.
I mean, Kyle is Kyle, right? I mean, I've listened to probably every press conference he's had in the last 3 years. So I kind of, when he says things, usually he means what he says. Like if it's the draft and he says we're not drafting Mac Jones, I believe him. Guess what? Draft him. You know. If it's after the game and he says, hey, that's on me, okay, I'm gonna take him for what he says. In this particular case, I think that in some ways it's almost a way to, I don't want to say get yourself hyped up, but I do think that the offense took a step back. I mean, McCaffrey only had four plays in the second half, and that made a difference because he was effective. He was very effective when he was in there. And you know, for all the 49ers fans, look, I think that there's certain things the 49ers need to focus on. I think the number one thing, Ronbo, offensively, we got to finish drives. We had 13 plays of 15 yards or more. Moving the ball wasn't a problem.
Between the 20s, Edmund. Between the 20s. After that, everything died. Yeah.
And admittedly, look, you got this guy coming in and out. You got this guy coming back from injury. You got this guy leaving. He gets hurt and this and that. Look, to be honest with you, the Rams, this is not going to be the same old story, even though we'll have fans there. Because coming off a bye, I expect them to be rested, prepared. They're going to have a couple wrinkles, right? Hey, listen. Everybody saw what Kansas City did to our defense. I'm telling you guys right now, I wouldn't be worried about the offense if I were you. I would be worried to see what is D'Amico going to do, because the Rams are going to have some stuff ready for him, very similar to what Kansas City did. I'm not worried about Shanahan. I never worry about Shanahan because he's already shown me who he is. Is he perfect? No. Does he make mistakes? Yeah. Does he abandon the running game? Yeah. But I don't think that's going to be a problem come Sunday. He knows who he's facing, right? With somebody he's always beaten, somebody he's always had success against. And I love the points you made about 3 or 4 callers ago. They need to go at Ramsey because Ayuk has beaten him several times. We just weren't looking his way. He can be beaten. And the number one thing for Ramsey, he loves biting on those double moves. So to me, you know what I'm doing, Ronbo? You know what I'm doing?
I know. Go tell me.
I'll never forget. 2001 season. Jeff Garcia. Remember the 49ers were what was it? 2001? Yeah, 2001 or 2002. I can't remember. We were like 8-2 or something like that going into St. Louis. Remember, St. Louis had owned the division. All that. First play of the game. What'd they do? Terrell Owens runs a slant and go, and Jeff Garcia overthrew him. And from then on. He was wide open. The rest of that game, Jeff Garcia probably played the worst game of his career. To me, you come out, you set that tone. You let everybody know this ain't going to be same old story. We ain't going to just come in here, run the football like we're going to send Brandon Ayuk on a double move against your best corner. We know you're not going to help on his side, right? So we know it's going to be single. Take your shot, establish that, hey, we're here to play the game. We're here to win this game, and it's going to be different. But we'll see. It's Shanahan. I mean,
And Edmund,
whatever he does.
you mentioned that the fun thing about Ayuk is he is really irritating for as far as receivers, defenders go. Do you notice how he makes whoever's guarding him mad at least once during the course of the game? This is what I like. For all the trash they're talking to the wrong guy. Because, the only thing I worry about is him having to pull Ayuk off of somebody one of these times because he gets really upset. Anytime somebody that size jumps into Fred Warner's chest, there is nobody that's intimidating him. And it comes to trash talk.
Right.
I want him to focus on the game, but I can see him getting thrown out. Because, Jalen Ramsey one that you want to slap across the head.
Right. Well, I think that I've always thought, there's only a couple corners in NFL history that I think you just don't throw their side of the field. Dion was one. I do think Richard Sherman, when he was
early
in his
on,
prime,
Sherman, don't
I
throw
think
at
he
him.
was. Yeah, I mean, he had a 3-year span where he had like 4-year span where he had like 35 interceptions. You couldn't throw over there.
His anticipation was he's so keen at knowing where that ball's going. Yeah, you don't mess with Sherman. Even Rodgers didn't mess with Sherman back in his prime. Oh.
And every time he did, he paid for it.
Yep.
Yes. Every time he did, right? So, but I think that now with the rules are even more favorable to the offense, man, to me, you got to take some shots. I have watched the 49ers play the Rams the last couple of years, and we've won the games, but we can't just say we're not going to throw at one side of the field. No. Look, I'm not telling you Jimmy's the greatest quarterback to be throwing at him, but I do think that Ayuk can beat him, and I think Ayuk can beat him consistently. Because Ramsey, listen, the one thing about these corners, they're used to just standing out there. They get maybe 3 or 4 times a game they're getting thrown in.
Yeah.
You give him a dose of, okay, you want to cover Brandon Ayuk all game? Okay, we got something for you. We're going to run everything at you. Remember he tried to cover, who was that he tried to cover a couple weeks ago in the slot? Who was that?
I know Stephon Diggs lit him up like I've never seen him get lit up, but you're right. There's been a game between them.
Stephon Diggs, yeah.
Fam, we got to go, though.
I think you got to go at him, man. I think you got to go at him. Go ahead.
I like that idea. Edmund, I'll be back Friday looking for you. Let's get together. See you then.
Sounds good, man. Sounds good. All right.
All right. Night, Edmund. Yeah, we'll see what Kyle does. So, hey, Bobo! Disappointing performance. We're better than this. Bobo, you're so right. Night off.
Hey, what's up, Rambo?
Are you getting a haircut or are you at the dentist?
I'm at home.
Oh, you mean it's a very strange sound coming through. Oh, Doc? Are you in the same room you always are?
Yeah.
Okay.
Yeah.
I think the sound went away. All right.
I'm here. I'm here
good,
now.
Good to hear from you, Nighthawk.
Yeah, what's going, man? That game was terrible.
Worse than that. That's just a nice word. That game was absolute puke.
You know what? I give that game an F.
Oh, if there was a grade worse than that, you got to give them that. Nighthawk, we have that game once a year. We had that game last year, the Colts, remember? They ran us out of Levi's.
Yeah.
And this year, these guys are the same thing.
I can't blame but Rambo, I can't blame the offense. You can't go 3 and out.
You can, but don't do it all day.
I mean, and then if you keep on going 3 and out, and you put the defense keep on going in the field, they're gonna get tired.
That's true. Although, I think we only punted once.
Yeah.
In that game. When I think about that, how did that happen? We only punted. Well, how come? We didn't have the ball enough, I guess. So
I don't know. But like I said, I mean, when you play a team like KC or
you got to score.
Score a higher point, you got to score. You can't just say, "Oh,
hope your defense can hold them down." It's not.
Yeah. The defense not going to hold. How long can you hold that 3-point? The 23 point. You cannot hold it too long.
You got to score 30 points minimum, or you got to take Travis Kelce out of the game like Buffalo did, and you can beat him in the fourth quarter. But no, you can't be trading.
No, you can't. When you play somebody like KC, no, like like Mahomes. When you're going against Mahomes,
you just score 35 points.
you're going to have a contest, scoring contest.
Mm-hmm. They do that all the time. That's Andy Reid. That's Andy Reid, and Andy Reid with Mahomes is a perfect sandwich.
And you know what? I want to say this. We could have picked up Mahomes. We could have picked him up, but we passed him by too.
Who did we pick up that year?
I don't know. I forgot who we picked up.
Because I don't think that's the same year we picked up. Is that the 20? Has Mahomes been around since 2018? Anyway, they had the chance, I think, to pick him up, but they weren't looking for a quarterback in the first round because the 49ers felt like building the team from the ground up started with the defense, right? So, Kyle didn't get no pick. No. When's the last time we got a first round offensive pick? We still haven't. We got. Yeah, I'm sorry. We did. We got Ayuk. I think that's the first time we've had a first round offensive pick, and they traded up in the first round to get that.
Yeah.
Meanwhile, we got Javon Kinlaw, whose leg won't work. So yeah, we got a problem. But now, what else has been on your mind? Yeah, and it seems like we got a new running back that's more than just a running back. Like Debo, he can do a number of things because Kyle likes positionless players. Is this guy going to make a difference?
Well, I hope so. I mean, I hope they beat the Rams, but like I said, I hope they beat the Rams. But I'm saying, when you play, I mean, the Rams are a good team to beat, but you have to beat the other teams too. I mean, you can't.
Hey, no. Remember the year, though. That's all we beat. When you go back to the last year, Chip Kelly, remember we won 2 games that year, and that was against the playoff-bound Rams.
Yeah. So I'm saying you got to play. When you play a team like KC, it's a challenge. You got to beat them. Yeah. When you play them, you got to beat them. I think we'll beat the Rams. But I'm saying the Rams not going to be nothing if you beat them. But if you beat KC, then
it means something to everybody.
You showing, you can scale. That means you stalk everybody in the NFL. They say, oh, okay, they're not the team to be messing with.
Still, if the 49ers are fully healthy, they're still not to be messed with. We have a problem, though, it seems, no matter how much depth they build. It seems like if the depth goes, the first-line guys go down, they can't go down for long periods of time like Eric Armstead, Jimmy Ward. Well, I know people don't want to hear it, but even Jimmy can't go long or else we're going to lose. So, it's a scary thing with the 49ers have going. You don't want to see what's so funny, though, now? We lost Nick Bosa. The defense wasn't all that bad last year. So, Bosa, that's not going to happen again, though. You got to have Nick Bosa.
But like I said, I'm not scared of the Rams, so we're going to beat them.
If we come out there and play like we should, we still – D'Amico outcoaches McVay just like Saleh used to. It's just the way it is. We'll see what happens, though. All right. Doc, we're going to go. Good to hear from you. We're hearing from you more regularly these days, too. I like that. I'll be back Friday. Hope you got some time.
Can you give me a shout-out?
I can. The return of Nighthawk.
Okay, I'm out. Peace.
Nighthawk. I love his sign off. Ugh, mamacita. You want some Latino heat? Ow! Latino heat. Latino heat. Latino heat. Hey, Emilio. ¿Qué pasó, loco?
What's happening?
Emilio, man, your boy, now everybody passes Kyle off on everybody else. Your boy, Kyle, is all excited, talking about how much fun working out the plan for the weekend. Kyle, you never said nothing like that before. What's up, man? Emilio, what's up with Kyle?
You idiot. I'm sorry. I told you, I'm kind of done with Kyle. I want him to be fired.
You made that clear, too.
It's just, yeah. And because I didn't realize, I still don't see why too many people now are saying, oh, don't fire Shanahan, not yet, this, and I'm like, I'm still giving him the scenario, like, oh, Trey. I'm like, well, he's the reason Trey's hurt. You're running your quarterback in the middle when you shouldn't be. You're making excuses of why you can't get this offense to go.
Mm-hmm.
They get you a running back to make your offense better,
Mm-hmm.
I still don't get why you're running you ran McCaffrey in the middle. The reason you got him because nobody's able to run. No, nobody's running the outside like you had Raheem. So I was like, it's a matter of time before he gets McCaffrey hurt. So it's just it's bound to happen. He's gonna get McCaffrey hurt. He keeps doing that dumb stuff he's doing. Running plays where he shouldn't run them, throwing the ball when he shouldn't throw it. He's running the ball when he needs to throw it.
And that's something they just started designing too, that sealed the inside, but they fail on that too big a percentage of the time.
And like I said, it's just 2 weeks in a row. Somebody done did what he does to everybody else. So he's getting to the point everybody's catching up to Shanahan. He's starting to realize what he does. So it's just you have to prove you can do what you do. There's just BS. You're saying, oh, it's fun making a playbook. I'm like, yeah, that's what you said about Trey. I'm creating plays.
Yeah.
And I was before we drafted this guy, and where's the plays? So so he's full of straight up. He's full of crap. I'm stunned. I really don't believe in Shanahan no more. So you're just on this team just because. It's because the Yorks like you. So it's starting to look like I'm literally lost for words because it's just you fired Harbaugh for less.
Yeah.
And everybody keeps talking, oh, if we get rid of him, we're going back to the Tom Sula years. No, we won't. I guarantee if we get a good coach or even any coach, there's too much talent on this team. Too many Pro Bowlers on this team.
Yeah, he lost talent.
There's no way we start losing. I understand if we got rid of the whole team like after Harbaugh, I get it. That's a rebuild year. But no, you get somebody new. Doesn't matter who it is. It's going to be Sean Payton. You can bring back Harbaugh, whatever coach. You can bring somebody within the league, get their offense going. Figure something out. They'll have a winning season in their first year. So it's just, I do not understand why people keep saying, oh, we wouldn't win and this, all. It's just, people are making too many excuses for Shanahan now. It's been 6 years and you still can't, you always make excuses stuff. This is where my offense is working. Now you're saying because Jimmy didn't prove you he can get the team rolling if he's in the right pieces. But it's just the same excuses every year, and I'm getting tired of it. Like 6 years of the same BS, and it doesn't make any sense anymore. Like we really have to go to the same stuff in the beginning of the season every time.
Well, I mean, it's week. We're halfway through the season, and he's still got some time. You see, if you evaluate too early, and then all of a sudden they turn it around like they did last year, then you're gonna have to go up against those people who said, "I told you."
But see, that's the problem right there. We shouldn't be like that. We're too good of a team to be doing that. Way too good. We should at least be at this point 4-2 or 5-1. There's no way we shouldn't be. It's just like I said, it's just too many excuses. And people just making excuses after everybody. I'm like, first off,
this is a very strange year, though.
Look at it when Trey got hurt.
Yeah, there's a lot of good teams that got bad records. It's really strange. Unlike any other year, and the teams that aren't supposed to be doing as well as they're doing. You look at the Giants, you look at the Hawks. Is the Jaguars? No, they lost. Some of the teams that used to be the armpit of the league, all of a sudden they're just roaring. It don't make no sense.
Yeah, no, stuff like that does happen. Like I said, no, it doesn't. Like I said, we done cut when we had bad seasons, and all of a sudden we turn around and start finding all of a sudden it's real good, and nobody would expect that. We can't worry about everybody else. We just can't.
Yeah, and I'm just saying a trend.
Wait for the 3 and 5. I'm like,
nobody waiting for the 3 and 5. Don't nobody want to see no 3 and 5.
I honestly 4 and 4. Honestly, do want to see to me. I want to see the 3 and 5, and we fall apart because everybody keeps using it. I'm like, stop using those. Matter of fact, the one person that used that before.
Yeah, that's bad news.
The one person that did that before was Mike Nolan. He did that. We went 2 and 5, and then we started winning. It wasn't that great of a season. But we still started winning after that. I'm like, really?
Well, they figured something out.
Stop using those old narratives. I'm like, oh, we were this bad last year, but we turned. I'm like, we
That ain't
still
gonna
don't
happen
even have
every
to
year.
bank on that no
You're
more.
digging that hole. Exactly.
Yeah, that's the other problem. Like people keep banking on those. I'm like, doesn't make sense. I'm like, it's like I said, Shannon's supposed to be this guru. He needs to be able to be. Doesn't stop making excuses though. The playbook was for Trey. Hey, you were playing with Jimmy beforehand, before Trey got there. So why is that an excuse now?
Yeah.
If he's getting Jimmy a playbook, I'm like, then Jimmy wants to make excuses. I wasn't good because the offseason. You guys are just full of excuses.
Now, well, you know,
it's ridiculous. Just
that
say,
I'll
you know what,
accept.
we're not ready. We're not ready. If we're ready, we're ready. Just stop making excuses.
And then just
And
don't
I
say
think,
nothing.
honestly,
Yeah.
if
And
we
let everybody
lose
see.
this game, I just know if we really do lose this game, just one last thing, he's gonna lose that locker room because you're starting to see it in Kittle, you're starting to see it in BA, you're starting to see that. So if he loses this game, his horrible game planning, Shanahan will lose that locker room, and man, it's gonna be a long season.
Don't even think it. It ain't gonna happen. I mean, I'm gonna see you Friday though, fam. Bring that score and be
Why
ready to
not?
explain it.
We done lost the games we should have lost. Shit, like I
Well,
said,
yeah.
I'm what was it? Bill
The thing
or
is,
whatever?
it's week
Prove
7.
Prove me
week
wrong.
7. You just hold it up and see what happens next.
Ronbo,
All right,
you should be having a winning record.
mean,
Don't do that. See, now you're doing it. Don't do it, Ronbo.
I'm just saying, let's not close the door on the season just yet. I tell you what, I'm gonna see you
didn't close
Friday.
the door.
I hear you.
Yeah.
I hear you. All right, we gotta go, fam. Before we get
You
cut off.
winning, but all right, you have a good night.
You too.
You have a good night, sir.
All right, fam. Night. And yo, AJ. 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 All right, let's go back to AJ. And let's see, rolling. We go. Did we lose Levi a minute ago? I thought we had Levi on the phone. Hey, Levi. Oh, we never.
Yeah, what's up, Ronbo?
Levi, did I? Oh, that's right. You said come back to you. That's what it was. Levi, we came back.
Yeah.
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 So you ready to go, huh? Hey, Levi, man, you know you.
Yeah, I was in the Bella, so it would have been too loud to talk.
Yeah, and I did hear that noise too. Appreciate that, Levi. Well, Levi, we're still not over Sunday, and some people are giving up on the 49ers, and Kyle Shanahan is running around acting like, hey, it's Halloween all over. I mean, I'm having Halloween early this year, and I'm having a party. I'm all happy about the play calling and the game plan. What's going on with Kyle Shanahan?
Well, whatever's going on with it, I hope it shows in that game.
Yeah, you
in
and
the
me
next
both.
couple of games, so we can
How
all
about
get
the rest
excited.
of the season?
Yeah. Let this be our turnaround game, start winning some games, and we can be excited, and maybe, some people get off his back, at least for a little bit. Some of the people ain't going to get off his back, and I don't care what he do. This year, they pivoted towards Kyle Shanahan. You know what? I'm going to leave Jimmy alone. I'm going to go after Kyle now.
I knew. Hey, you know what? I knew Kyle was going to be under the gun this year, no matter what. Whether Jimmy was there or Trey was there. No matter if Jimmy, I didn't anticipate Jimmy coming. I thought if anything goes wrong with Trey, it's going to be all Kyle's fault. Well, you know what turns out? Jimmy is going to be blamed no matter what. But now he gets to share some of that noise with Kyle. I didn't see that coming. Well, fam, Kyle's all excited about his new toy. How do you suppose, what would make you believe if you was out there running things, Levi, that you got something here that's going to make a difference? A game changer. Is that what we're talking about here? Oh, no. Did we get cut off again, Levi? There he is. Okay. Levi, you did you push the wrong button again?
Oh, wait a minute. Can you hear me?
I can hear you.
Yeah, the Kansas City game kind of broke me too, so Ronbo, I'm not very optimistic. I'm not even optimistic against the Rams game.
Yeah.
Remember what we said the first game? First game is going to be an easy cakewalk, while the second game is going to probably be a nail biter, or usually that's how it goes.
Oh, yeah, it's going to be tough.
So while we usually beat them, having close games, they come off a win, they off a bye, so they're a little extra rested, they and we're a little more beaten up.
might not have all our players out there. So, you know.
That's every week, though. We need to get used to that.
Yeah, but, you know. So, for me, it's a rough. That's one of the reasons why I didn't even make the Monday. Usually I come back on Monday. But, man, that loss, I didn't even care about losing. I said, okay, we can probably lose. But
you know what, though? It's the way we lost. That's what made everybody mad.
Yeah.
Just got the hell beat out of
the third down, and I said, oh, man, no one is pressuring him on third down. If you don't pressure Mahomes on third down, guess what it's going to be? Completion.
A completion?
Almost 100%.
Mm-hmm.
I'm like, dang, he got too much time. He's like the opposite of Jimmy. Jimmy ain't got no time, and he got all the time in the world. That dude can, like, take a nap.
So that's why
he could have taken a nap and then got up. Oh, wait. Now I can throw it.
So he's definitely go get it off, yeah. And for some reason, his receivers look better. Juju Smith-Schuster's been okay this year, but Juju Smith-Schuster was a Pro Bowler this weekend. I said, oh, man. And also, what's his name? They kept running that same play on us, that receiver. I said,
Nicole Hartman.
Nicole. They ran that play first time, okay, shame on them. They ran that play a second time, shame on us. Even Nick says, we got, including myself. I said, Nick, you know what? I ain't mad at you, but you know what? That was scary. I've never seen y'all get fooled like that 3 times.
Well, I think he just out schemed what's his name? Nick Bosa. Because they were just showing off plays and showing how the person just let Nick Bosa have an avenue that wasn't available.
And he ran up that street.
So he went forward and said, oh, yeah, you let me go through. And then the guy run past him. So I'm like, dang.
Yeah, I know. See, that's what Andy Reid does. Kyle used to be able to do that. We used to be able to fool people. And you fool Nick Bosa.
And that's what they were doing.
Nick Bosa been playing ball since, 5 or 6 years old?
Man, that game made me mad. And even Jimmy, man, I'm like, dang on Jimmy.
Boy, he was not having a great day.
I know it's bad, but, man, sometimes you got to make stuff happen.
You know what, though?
And then the O-line.
Oh, but you know what?
It's just too many issues.
And there's no bigger fan of Jimmy than me. But when he threw that floater up and got picked, I said, Jimmy, what the hell are you doing? What was that? Now, he's made some mistakes in the past that I thought had something to do with the receiver as well in the offensive line, but that was just stupid. And he said, I was going for George Kittle, I got hit. Well, you saw that contact coming, Bill. No, he could throw it out. Oh, throw it 50 feet above the end zone. Just get it out of here. You don't need to play. We can live to play another day, and you can get 3 points. Think, Jimmy. Oh, I was mad. Oh, that was dumb.
Well, I did because I was also initially mad at him when he took that sack
There's another safety? Yeah.
Yeah, you know what? I said, wait a minute, Levi. You can't be mad at him throwing a ball. Now, if he would have threw that ball getting hit, and then they would have caught a touchdown on another interception.
Yeah.
Well, I mean.
Well,
but at that point, maybe the touchdown would have been better because now we're going to almost guarantee them 9 points instead of just 2.
Well, you know what? The safety, though, I felt sorry for him on that because, I think Jimmy was relying on Trent Williams. But you know what? Still, you don't do that.
But that's also another thing.
Keep aware of what's going on.
Yeah, I mean, you think you got Trent Williams, supposedly the best tackle in football. You shouldn't be you feel comfortable. Your left tackle, you say, oh, wow, the rest of everybody else is good. Yeah, okay.
No.
Of course, Trent Williams is going to have his, and he get completely beat.
And running behind the man.
He's got some flags, too.
I wonder sometimes.
So he's kind of rusty.
Yeah, I know. And that's why, Jimmy, just, you know what? Hurry up. He gets rid of the ball quickly, but still, you need to hurry up. Hurry up even more. Just hurry up. Because they're coming. Offensive line, you got 3 seconds max. Get rid of that damn ball.
But was there any options for him, though? That's
well, I know. See,
they don't always put the whole field.
And I see that all the time.
Jimmy just holding the ball because, everybody's wide open. And
you get a board.
I see 3 people wide open. I'm going to hold the ball and wait for a little more.
It's a board,
It might have been covered for that time. He might have been waiting for a play to develop.
Can't do it. Levi, we got to go, though. I'll see you Friday and bring that score and be ready to tell us why.
All right. I might not be a good score, Ronbo.
No.
All right. Bye.
Night, fam. Hey, Tony.
Ronbo.
Tony, that's good evening. And, middle of the week, time to talk football again. This is that enthusiastic part of the week where there's no reason to be bothered. We love this game. So,
Ronbo, I got some information for you that you already know.
What?
Ronbo, the pieces are right there for Kyle Shanahan. Ronbo, listen to what I'm about to tell you.
I'm listening.
You take Jeff Wilson, right? Put him as a single back. Take the fullback out. Put Christian McCaffrey out as a receiver. Now you got Ayuk. You got Debo. You got McCaffrey.
Debo might be out.
Split George Kittle out. And you know what you do, Ronbo? Run the ball, give it to Jeff Wilson. It'll freak the defense out. And then you have the same formation, only this time McCaffrey's in the backfield. Jawan Jennings replaces him at receiver, and then you can pass. Y'all can do so many things with the pieces y'all have, like Shanahan did with us in 2016.
That would be interesting because now this is the things we're talking about. Start fooling the defense like you used to once upon a time, Kyle. And, don't get bored. Tony, I have a feeling sometimes that Kyle gets bored and stops thinking. Because I heard that when he was in Atlanta, Kyle would be walking down the hall and people would walk past him and he wouldn't even notice them. Yeah, because he was so busy.
We attacked the defenses, Ronbo.
Yeah.
If you saw us in 2016, we attacked the defenses every week. We attack. It never stopped that whole season.
Yeah.
That's why we should have won the whole thing.
And that's why, and you've got the players that can do that now. Maybe not quite as much because you got Julio on your team at that time, but we don't have a Julio. But we got two guys that can equal one Julio.
You got Debo. You got Ayuk. You got Kittle. You got pick your poison. Who they gonna double? If y'all come out in four wides with Kittle as one of the wides split out, who you gonna double? Ayuk, Debo, McCaffrey. I would put McCaffrey out wide sometimes. And then you can have Wilson in the backfield. You can even have you can do this, Ronbo. You can put your Kyle. How do you pronounce his last name? Your fullback.
Just call him Juice. It's a lot easier.
Ronbo, he is an excellent receiver out of the backfield.
Ain't he? Great hands this year too. My God.
Ronbo,
he's not.
Put your rookie in there.
Yeah, he's not going to be playing. We got two guys out. You just mentioned Juice is going to be out and possibly Debo this week. Damn it. Because Kyle's want to get those guys rested and not extend on their injuries. Both of them will probably be back after the bye week, which is coming up the week after next, right? Or after this week. So,
Would Danny Gray be available?
Well, Tony, don't get me started on Danny Gray. Here's the thing. Danny Gray's been with us all season long. He's had about 3 snaps. I said, Kyle, and they said he's got a hip issue. Kyle, are you lying? Because you said the same thing about Trey. What's that running back's name? Sometimes I think Kyle, he's not working out. So I'm gonna. What is that running back that we got from Ohio State?
Oh, Sermon.
Sermon. Yes, Sermon. Mm-hmm. Sermon was a healthy scratch several weeks, and then the rest of the time he was just standing on the sideline. So I don't know.
That's what we did with Deion Jones before we traded him. But
yeah.
Ronbo, I was telling Avatar Singh in your chat, your defense. I hope and pray that your coaching staff had all your defensive backs and safeties and your linebackers go to that machine where the ball pops out, spend extra time catching the football because gifts are coming.
Oh, everybody. You know what? And everybody knows because Stafford's going to throw the ball 70, maybe 80 times. The odds go up when you throw the ball that many times anyway. And Stafford is like, people talk about other guys around the league. Stafford is the king. That boy will throw you a pick, and it's guaranteed.
He throws picks. That's what he does. I say him and Jameis Winston 1-1A, but he ain't.
Yeah, but Jameis ain't playing.
Stafford leads the league in interceptions. Yeah, Stafford and Matt Ryan have 9 interceptions apiece. Well, Matt Ryan's been shelled for the rest of the year, but the picks are coming. Play zone and mix up your coverages. The
I
ball
like
will
wait,
come right
did you call them
Catch the ball.
gifts? And check it.
Gifts, yeah.
This year, Talanoa Hufanga, that strong safety, throw the ball to him and see if he drops it. I don't think so. And Talanoa will return that ball 20-plus miles an hour. I do. Listen, Navy 47, we get it. Stop it. No spamming, especially when it's crap like that. But, yeah, you know that he's going to do it, and just get ready for it. So, we're going to find out.
And Ronbo, you can run the rock out of that 4 wide receiver set too. That's what we did in 2016.
I know.
With McCaffrey, and then you can split them out, run Wilson. You can mix it up and attack that defense so much. They're like, oh shoot, what are we gonna do?
McCaffrey's already did a number on the Rams this year already. They just lost the game, but they didn't stop McCaffrey.
Yeah,
I gotta go
don't
back
just
and
leave
look
him in the
at that game.
backfield. Put him out in space too as one of the receivers.
The Rams
he's
hate
a
that.
1,000 guy.
That's why Debo goes nuts on the Rams. When he gets out in the open, and you saw my favorite footage of the year, Debo ran over Jalen. Jalen stuck his body out there just a little bit, not enough to get hurt, but just enough to, and act like he got knocked out of the way, right? And Debo ran in. And that's why Debo clowned him for the rest of the week on Twitter. And Jalen wanted to get back at him. People say, Jalen want to get back. No, he don't. Jalen wants nothing to do with that freight train running down the street.
Ronbo, you can do this also, Ronbo. When Debo gets back, put Debo back there as a single back, right? Put tight end, put who's your tight end? Kittle as a tight end. Yep. With the other 3 receivers, make it look like a run. Play action to Debo and hit either McCaffrey, Ayuk,
the options,
or whoever.
They just got to.
Whoever else is going to have out there.
They just got to practice.
Weapons.
They got to practice.
He's got to hit everybody, get everybody involved in that offense.
They you know what? They just got to work out and get this all together. Now you got a new body in there. They've already been trying to get themselves in sync. I suspect after the break, the 49ers could be a whole different team. But they got to work McCaffrey in. But he's sharp, though. I don't think it's going to take him but a minute to get it. So
yes, sir. How is Bosa looking? Is he feeling okay?
Embarrassed, but he'll be all right. He did. You know what? He looked healthy to me. I was thinking that groin was worse, but he looked good.
And Ronbo, I saw on First Take and I saw on NFL Network. They said, well, the Rams ain't gonna have no Bloom. I'm like, well, so what if the Rams did have no Bloom? He ain't done nothing. It's something like no Bloom's all that.
They got their first string center back though. But yeah, you're right. No Bloom wasn't helping anything.
No, Buffalo embarrassed him the very first game.
Badly. Hey, Tony, I'll see you Friday.
Yes, sir.
All right.
Yes, sir. It's a great move by the Eagles, a 4th-round pick for that defensive end from the Bears. Man, that Eagles gonna be tough now.
Uh-oh.
Outside, inside.
Uh-oh. Wait. Who the Bears have playing DE?
The defensive end. What's his name? Let's see real quick.
There is one guy that's good with the Bears.
Robert Quinn. Robert Quinn is now.
Oh yeah, Robert Quinn from the Rams. Yeah, okay. Oh God.
Robert Quinn is now.
He's probably glad to be out too. All right, Tony, I'll see you Friday.
Talk to your people, Ronbo. Use those different steps, man. Y'all got the offense to do it.
He knows. Kyle's got it. I can't believe he knows. You know how he is. I don't know what he's thinking sometimes. We'll see what happens. All right. All right, Tony.
Talk to you Friday, sir. Take care.
Look forward to it. We'll go back and check on AJ again. AJ. I think AJ is passed out in the corner. Landon for it. Jesus.
Yo, what's up, Ronbo?
Jesus. You want to acknowledge your folks in the chat first and then jump on the reason why Kyle Shanahan all of a sudden he's all pumped up about this week's game plan?
Oh, God. So,
Eddie, what's up? I'm going to say hi to him first.
Got to give a shout out to my brother, Eddie E. Love you, my guy. Shout out to the homie Chris Hansen and to the homie Andrew Martinez.
I think Tommy was in there earlier.
Shout out to the 49er Empire. Shout out to Tommy. I haven't seen him in a cool minute. And
Yeah,
shout out to
he
Chad.
comes in every now and then.
Shout out to all the homies, J10.
But it's just,
Everybody, sorry. Gotta keep this short.
You see, Texas Boy's made another. Has Texas Boy blocked you yet? Because from what I understand, I don't know who Texas Boy is talking to. He's got. Go ahead.
He blocked me years ago, Ronbo.
I mean,
He blocked me years ago.
Texas Boy, who's eligible to see your post? Texas Boy blocked everybody. I think Tony has exchanges with him on occasion, but I don't see anybody else talking to him. Anyway, Jesus, what's going on with Kyle Shanahan? Is he a man all of a sudden with a plan? Why is he all pumped up?
I mean, it's pumped up because he's arguably got one of the best running backs, and especially that he's familiar with McCaffrey. McCaffrey could run really good in this playbook style. It's just, honestly, Ronbo, we need help at the line, man. If we could get, like, I'm not gonna sit here and lie. If we can try to get a right tackle and just trade off McGlinchey or just release McGlinchey,
I mean, just let somebody else win. I'd rather put Brunskill over there. Stop with Mike. Somebody said Mike does. We only see Mike messing up. The rest of the time, he's doing a good job. What? Really? So I don't know.
I don't know. I feel like I really feel like we need help with left tackle and
right tackle.
Fill in whatever guard position needs to. Unless it's just the right side of the line that's just getting beat, then we just literally get another piece at right guard. Man,
do you know Aaron Banks didn't give up any pressures this past game? But Trent was worse.
Aaron Banks has been on point.
He's you know what? Trent Williams had a worse game than Aaron. I give Trent a break because he's been out. I don't know how that ankle feels, but to be able to say Aaron Banks outplayed Trent Williams is crazy.
Oh yeah, but we rushed our boy back in there. I knew the outcome was going to be the same, Ronbo. I didn't think that we were going to beat the Chiefs.
But did you think they'd get beat this bad? I mean, just a humiliating beating.
No.
Yeah, I didn't see that coming.
No, I thought they were going to beat us by 10 points.
At
honestly,
max, right?
I'm not trying to sound
or maybe
biased.
7.
At max,
but not 10. Maybe, but damn. Oh.
Like me, like I feel like this, Ronbo. Like last year around this time, we were about to be 3-5.
Yeah. I thought we did go 3-5.
We could prevent it. Yeah, we did. Yeah, around this time, we're 3-5.
Yeah.
So this year, hopefully we can go 4-4, head into the bye, fix whatever,
and get healthy.
Review the playbook.
Main thing.
Try to get healthy
and get McCaffrey up to more speed. Yeah.
But it's a must win on Sunday. It's a must win on Sunday.
It really is.
Every single game for the rest of the season is crucial, Ronbo.
Damn near must win.
We could afford typically maybe 2 more games because we don't know. I hate to sound stupid and try to sound like I know it all, which I don't. But it looks like the East is gonna have 3 teams in playoffs.
I know, right?
For what it looks like.
I know.
And that's already, and that's already almost half the playoff
that's
bracket
half the playoffs right there. And then you got the rest of the league having to have their division winner. As you're right. And the Hawks.
Right. You're gonna have to be a division. We're gonna have to be division.
You got to win the division. And the Hawks are playing like they're seriously trying to win the division. I mean, they're playing good football.
Yeah.
Hats off to give Pete Carroll. You get a hand, man. I don't believe it.
With Geno Smith, man. With Geno Smith.
He's playing better than Little Russie. They got a better deal with Geno than they did with Russ because Russ was having his issues last year, and they're not having those issues right now. For some reason, he always has a defense. Pete Carroll will always come up with some kind of a D.
Sheesh, man. It's just crazy, because I see the Eagles. I'm not gonna lie. I see the Eagles being the first slot. Being first seed holder.
Yeah, that
And then I
defense of
see
theirs
the
is just
Vikings
crazy
and
good, and they got a good offense. That's all you need. That's what it takes.
it's weird, man. The NFC side is either you have 3 wins or you got 4 wins.
I know, right?
Or you got 4. It's weird, man. Honestly, man, the Falcons can even go to the playoffs. I'm not even trying to hate on the Falcons, but they even beat us.
Yep.
Not saying that they're a bad team,
And it was
but we didn't have a spy.
It was a clear beating too. They beat us at our own game. Physically beat us up. That's what hurt my feelings so bad. As Niners, y'all got out there and got bullied. Oh, I thought y'all was supposed to be the bullies. Oh no. So
Ronbo, we lost. Ronbo, we lost the games that all off season we said we were gonna win.
Yeah, we got this one. I ain't doing that no more. Yeah, I know we got this one. Well, you don't know you got squad. Stop. I'm not even doing that next year. I'll let everybody else do it. I ain't saying nothing. It never comes out that
we
way.
were talking too much smack about the Bears. We said that we were going to smack them with dog water, pull them out of the water. We said we were going to beat the Broncos.
Remember that dude that came in every week and let us know what it is? No, just acknowledge me. Boy, hang up the phone. And he was right. We would have lost to his team. He hasn't been back since. Wow. Anyway, you know what? That's fine. Jesus, we gotta go. Go ahead and finish that though.
All right, Ronbo. Thank you for having me on, Coach.
Always a
I was
pleasure.
gonna say, I think Kyle Shanahan is just happy because we got a great piece. I think McCaffrey is gonna help out our team a lot. I just don't want to see him running up the middle like the way how we're trying to use him.
Both.
He's not up the middle guy.
But he should fire up that offense.
Let him run his way how he does.
Yeah, run him in the stretch, Kyle. Come on, man, because he can do it. If you're worried about a guy who can't or cannot run the stretch, now you got one. He's excellent. I want to see him on more screen plays anyway. So, anyway.
I agree.
Hey, Seuss, man, always good to hear from you, man. We don't hear from you enough, man. Say hello to Eddie for me. I'll see you, if you got time, be back Friday. All right?
All right, I got you, Ronbo. Thank you, man.
Hey,
thank you. Have a good night.
You night, too. Let's see if he's ready yet. AJ. I think AJ's done. Fam, I'm going to go at the end of the show, and we'll see if Friday bring your score and be prepared to explain it. I'm not even sure if I'm going to get. You know what? I really don't know what to think about this game. Oh no, it's testosterone. See now here come the Hawks. Now I seen Joseph Smiley today, almost passed out. Oh, somebody's asking about him. No, I saw Smiley the other day. He came in briefly and said something unnecessary. Family, you got to beat the Hawks. If we sweep them, Joseph Smiley and company can't say nothing. God, anything but the Hawks. Well, it's disgusting. Fam. I'll see you Friday. Bring a score, and we're going to talk about whatever the odds makers are saying. Somebody said the 49ers are already supposedly favored by 3. I'm not sure where that's coming from, unless the betting line unless there's a heavy amount of bettors going in that direction. But it's worrisome. I want a real breakdown as to why the 49ers will be favored. Anyway. Hit that like, fam. Don't forget to like. Where you go. Thanks for the contribution tonight, fam. I'll see you Friday. Have a great week between now and then.